I think we have our guest ready, and it's a pleasure to have him on. But let me quickly allow some. I think Dante is here to support with production, and I know you'd help us with that in terms of selection for questions. So I'm trusting and I'm hoping everyone is on the good page tonight. So we get to it, man. Anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, long spill. We have a special guest on ATTW Space tonight. This is someone that we have all vibed to at one point in our Afrobeats journey. From the days of Mukulu to shutting down dance floors across the globe with Shake Body. And now he's giving us new records, new sounds with his latest album, Martina's Son. I am looking forward to meeting him. It's a pleasure and it's an honor to have him on the space. As far as like we've been running the space, like this is one of the more prouder moments I'm looking forward to. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to have with us Scales, aka Skilo, in the building. What's good? What's good?
Up,
we are yes, man. Welcome to ATTW, man.
Thank you, man. I
appreciate you for being up here, man. Fresh from the Ballon d'Or announcement. How are you feeling? How are you feeling, bro?
I feel good, man. I feel all right.
Yeah. We're good to see your boy to see your boy pick up the Ballon d'Or. Or you think another year?
I mean, it was quite obvious that he's not the one that will pick it. I don't know why people thought.
Bro, I'm with you, man.
It would have been rigged if he was the one.
Exactly. See, that's the thing. I want him to win so bad. I don't want it to be questionable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want it to be like.
I mean, he had a good season, but of course, like because of the fact that he didn't get to some kind of. The team did not get to some,
exactly
competition stage. So, well, the other person deserves it. So
nice, man, bro. It's so nice to see you like kind of infused into the like football culture. Like, have you always been like heavy in the football space, or you just kind of naturally just embraced it now that that your song was in the conversation?
I've always been a football guy. Just enthusiast. I've always been about football.
Gotcha.
It's just that I've never gone this hard, for football because most of my victories have always been attached to football. So
nice, man. Either way, bro, it's an honor to have you on, and I think one thing that I know that you kind of symbolize or you stand for me is persistence, bro. Just being available and showing up at time and time again. I'm big on that, and I love to highlight that with some of our guests that clearly show that like level of just like resilience, regardless of anything that life is throwing at you. You're still showing up and doing the job, man. So I appreciate you for that, bro.
Thanks, man. I'm honored, man.
Yeah, man. Let's take you back a bit, man, to the earlier times. I think my first encounter for you was a feature on Jesse Jackson's album.
Oh yeah.
Inhale Out. That was one of my earlier encounters. And I know you went to Unijos, like yeah. So was that where the Jesse Jackson link up happened, or like relationship kind of built up?
Yeah, I went to University of Jos. I was like always, part of the reasons why I decided to go to University of Jos was because of music, because I'm from Kaduna, and we used to always hear about like Jos music, the fact that the Jos artists were getting popular, and just music was just more fun and more fast forward, like more progressive.
Gotcha.
In Jos, so like if you go to Jos, you could be a star. If you cannot go to Lagos, you go to
Lagos, you go to Jos. Got you, man.
That kind of stuff. So I went to school there. So from there, I one time Terry Rapman there's a rapper that I used to call a legend from Kaduna. He's a rapper, one of the biggest rappers at that time. His name is Terry Rapman. He was someone that I used to know from Kaduna. So he was going to meet up with Jesse Jags, and I remember that day I went to meet Jesse Jags. So that time we were just playing beat, and people were rapping. Everybody rapped, and I just rapped, and before Jesse was like, "Oh, he has to give us a verse," and from there I became friends with Jesse and stuff. Yeah,
that's mad, man. And obviously, then seeing the journey to Lagos, at what point in that like become a thing as well, like decision to move to Lagos?
Yeah, man. I think I won one of the one, I would say one of the biggest competitions from the
Zane.
north. It was called
Yep.
the Zane True Search. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when I won it, well, I just felt like I had made it, you know. So I was like, damn, you know, I should totally come to Lagos, and that's when I my journey to Lagos started, you know. And well, I'm still here.
Mad, mad, mad. Honestly, and obviously you signed to EME, Banky W.
Yeah,
At
back
a
then, yeah.
yeah, man, at a very, very like could I say pivotal time for Nigerian music, like as it
Mm,
started to gain its identity, especially on the global space. What was it like
mm.
operating in that in that era and knowing where the genre and the space has evolved to today? What does that feel like, bro?
Man, my mind is blown every time, you know, because I pretty much like one of the guys that have been there before and after like the whole, you know, to see the aftermath of the streaming era and even
Mm-hmm.
before it, and to, you know, before, and also to be the one of the pioneers of the Afrobeats to the world movement from, you know,
Right,
from the beginning. We
right.
started going branching out to perform, you know. So it's quite an honor to see that, you know, our music has gone from us performing in like small tiny clubs to like arenas and stadiums and stuff. So, and to seeing, you know, our artists become like major global superstars, you know,
Yeah, man.
is great. And it's a great feeling to, you know, also be rubbing shoulders with like great global superstars from other countries of the world too. So it's an amazing time.
That's dope. That's absolutely
Mhm.
dope, man. And then while you're at EME, you had to kind of like navigate and share the spotlight with other rising stars at the time, of course. Like there's the obvious
Mhm.
artists like Wizkid. And I'm just curious how did you navigate visibility and your individuality with a label system, because obviously you're on the roster, you have a team, but how did you like kind of, well, I say like just overall navigating visibility for yourself, for your brand in that
Man, it
space?
was just about me just putting out music all the time. You
Right.
know, I remember that time, me and you know, every other person on the label, we used to always just release music and just even when the label doesn't want us to release music, we would hide, we would sneak and release it, and you know, we'll not call it a leak. You know, I think
Right.
we're part of the people that started that whole, oh, my song got leaked kind of
Your
thing.
song got leaked. Yeah,
Yeah, we're
man.
always leaking stuff. And that time it was like not just okay. So we're always leaking our music and stuff. So that was like the way for us to like create our own identity and people recognize us, and we just kept pushing. I kept pushing music
Nice.
out, like just pushing stuff out, and whatever people like, they like. You know.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome, bro. And I know many young artists are dreaming of signing to a label, and but you've seen both
Mm.
sides. You've been a label person. You've also
Mm-hmm.
gone to be independent. But what would
Yeah.
you say are some misconceptions you think artists have about record labels or record deals rather, that you can kind of correct or share some insight on?
Yeah, man. I just feel like most artists just need to just realized that record label and artist relationships is usually like it should be strictly business, man. And
Right.
you know, if anybody invests money in something, they want to get the money back first. So you know, some artists just get it twisted and you know feel like okay, you just get this money and you know those other people don't have to get their money back. You know, so that's why a lot of there's always situations where like artists and you know record labels have issues. So I just feel like
Right.
um, most artists just have that misconception of realizing that business is business. You know,
Right.
if they put money, they want to make money back. So you know, it's either you just know how you're spending your budgets, or you just have the right team that helps you execute. You
Gotcha.
know, your career or your plans, your strategies. You know, to make money back. You know,
Right. Right. Right.
or and to you know add more value to your career.
Definitely, definitely. That makes sense. And of course, you kind of saw your transition into being an independent artist, but kind of
Yeah.
take us through the mindset of leaving the establishment of a label into being independent. I'm sure, like, there's a lot of anxiety that came with that, right? Like, there's a lot of
Yeah,
fear
man.
of what could happen. But tell us how you kind of pull through all of that.
Well, you know, for most part, I would say just having good people around you, you know, which is
Right.
a team, bunch of people that you know believe in you. So that's like the best thing to do as an independent artist, or you know, as someone that is sorry, I need your question again. Sorry. I just
No,
got it twisted a little bit.
no, it's just how did you like overcome the anxiety of going
Oh
into
yeah.
independent
Yeah.
label? Yeah.
Yeah, most importantly, like I said, just having a team that believes in you and that is constantly like trying to be innovative with your career and,
Okay.
knowing that things change all the time, because for most part, being independent without a label is like very, very hard, because you obviously, is either there's just something that you're shortage of, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah.
definitely, just having the right team that just knows how to execute things to just help you to help boost your careers and help you sell music,
Nice.
market your music worldwide. Yeah.
Nice, man. And obviously, you dropped some singles while you were with EME, but
Mm-hmm.
essentially, what you would consider your breakout record, like the one that really, really like changed things, ended up being
Mm-hmm.
on your independent label, Shake Body. Tell me,
Yeah.
like, just the background of that song, having that record made, and then into the reaction of the song and the shelf life that the song is going to have is absolutely insane. So just walk me
Mm.
through the background of the song, like releasing that record. How did the record come together, and then walk us through the journey of how the song has been able to last this long.
Man, I have so many stories about that song because it was really a song that was just like supposed to be an experiment, because as at the time when I had that beat with me, there was no kind of music that sounded like that. So first of all, having the balls to like, try something new without like proper financial backing. Except like, yeah, I had like the perfect team around me that time that, everybody was like thinking properly and everybody just believed in me.
Right.
And I guess that's why that song got really far. For as why is timeless, I guess it's just the kind of music I make, maybe. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, so the song is just I don't know, man. For me, it was just a song of it's I would say it's a divine song because I was just really just telling my story. Like my problem with that song is people don't really listen to lyrics that I was actually telling my story.
Yeah.
Just saying things I was going through as at that time. Because when I made the song, I was broke and squatting. And I really had no idea about what's next for my life.
Yeah.
I just believed in music and stuff. And I recorded, I actually started recording that song when I was on the EME. And I remember I played it for EME and they rejected it, you know.
Mm.
And yeah, it was rejected. And,
Wow.
I just kept working on the song. I kept believing in the song because when I first played it for them, the song wasn't fully done. So
Sorry, what year was
anyway,
this? Like, what year was the song recorded? Because I know.
man, I think it was 2013.
Okay,
The whole idea started from 2013, but I finally released it in
in
2014.
2014, right?
Yeah, so
Mad.
yeah, so that's how the song came about, and the rest is history, man.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy finding out that it was probably like pitched to EMA. I mean, it makes sense. Like, you were definitely,
Mm.
like, I'm sure there is a lot of records that you have from that era, right? Like, that
Yeah, yeah,
that
of course
probably didn't make it
I
there.
have that. What?
That didn't end up coming out or being released
Yeah, yeah,
under the
I do
label.
have a lot of records that I've lost that I'm looking for
That's
because
mad.
I feel like that time I was in a different kind of bag because I was going through a lot. maybe
Yeah, yeah.
maybe that was my inspiration. I'm just kidding, but yeah, like there's so many songs that I've lost that that's at that time when I recorded them that I wish I
Yeah.
had right now.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, going back to the Shake Body record, obviously the drum, the production speaks to
Mm,
the Coupe de Calais soundscape. Like, you even shouted out in
mm.
the and
Have,
in the song
have I what?
itself. I said you even shouted it out in the song itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
but tell me about the relationship now you now had with the francophone audience with that song. Like, because obviously that space that the sonics of it just resonated naturally with them,
Yeah.
right? So tell me
Yeah.
about that.
Well, man, I'm I just the music, the song is loved everywhere. So I just pretty much say I have a relationship with everybody, be it francophone, anglophone,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, the song is something that is already like globally viral. So it's a song that speaks to everybody. So, but I mean, I do have a French remix,
Yeah.
which is something that had cuts across to those places. And yeah, because of that, I've had features with like some artists. As a matter of fact, I have a recent one with a Congolese artist. His name is Inos B.
Yep.
It's
On the
on my
album.
Martina Son album. Yeah, Martina Son album.
Fire record.
It's a remix for Jogo. And I also sampled like a Beninois artist.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what Beninois is, like Benin Republic artist.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah. So that's like the connections that I'm keeping with those people, those sides.
Aye, man, that's dope. It's beautiful to see, man. Especially
Mm,
because in the Afrobeat space, like a lot of us kind of tend to focus on the Nigerian market. But I'm sure, like
mm,
from your POV, like to Nigerian artists, like
mm,
would you say they need to? I guess it all depends on who you're asking, right? But
mm,
would you say
mm.
there needs to be a focus on the Nigerian audience? There needs to be a focus on the Nigerian ear as opposed to the global markets that obviously is there to accept and gravitate towards your music. So how do you then balance that in terms of like who you're channeling your music towards? For as an artist in your side that has seen the Nigerian audience and a global audience reception as well.
Well, I feel like the best way is collaborations, man. Because if from I mean, this is my own, like you said, my own point of view, my own
Yeah.
opinion. I believe the best way is to get these things to the world is like collaborations. If you mix up with like people that can make this thing more visible to the world,
Right.
or obviously like globally known artists, if you when you break out or something like that. But for changing your sound to match all those things, I feel like for me the way I believe my own is, I've made those mistakes before, but I just feel like if this is the reason why they liked you in the beginning, why don't you just stick to it and just find ways to infuse other things,
Right.
like at best collaborations, instead of
Gotcha.
changing your sound because you want to fit in. Because I feel like that's how most artists get lost
Gotcha.
globally.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And that's how they keep trying so hard to get a hit, forgetting the way you were before was the reason why you got a hit. So why don't you just, stick to it and collaborate instead? I
Right.
mean,
Right.
that's what I believe now, based off of what I've learned. You know.
Gotcha, gotcha. Makes sense. All makes sense. I'm getting a tip about about Olumaintain was in the Shake Body story somehow.
Yeah,
About him offering to buy the record.
yeah.
Well, tell us
Shout
about
out to
that.
Olumaintain, man. Yeah, shout out to Olumaintain. He's one of the people that made us or made me believe that that song is gonna go far.
Man.
So the story is I used to squat with some guys, and Tunde Not was like my friend from like a long time. So I always play music for Tunde. So I played this one day for Tunde, and Tunde was like, "What? This song is hard, man." So he said, "Can he have a copy of it?" I was like, "Cause I trust him and he's my guy." I gave it to him. So anytime he's in the car, he's always playing it. So he went to see Olumaintain and he said, "Man, he wants to play one song for him." I think that time Olumaintain had like one huge song, so he was like one of the biggest guys. So, anyways, he played the song for him, and Olumaintain heard it. And I was like, "What? Who made this song?" It was like Skales. It's like, damn, I have to see Skales, man. Can we go see him? So they came, they linked up with me. Then he said he wants to hear the full thing because I mean, what Tunde Ednos had wasn't really the full thing.
Right.
So when I now played the full version as at that time I had four verses, you know.
Wow.
And when he heard it, he was like, man, he wants to buy it. He offered us money. I think it was like 1.5. So at that time, man, that 1.5 means a lot, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
1.5 is life changing to me as at that time, but I remember Osage, my manager at that time, she said no, not to sell it.
Mad.
And because I was thinking about selling it, man. Because I was like, man, I'll always make another one. But thank God I never did because I don't know. I haven't made another one yet. Shit. But
Yeah.
yeah. So, but it was Then she said no, we shouldn't release it, and one thing led to the other. There's even more stories how and that what led to us releasing the song. But yeah, we released the song, and since then the story has been different from year to year.
Mad, mad, mad. That's awesome, man. And then your journey didn't
Mm.
stop there, of course. Like you went on to drop more monumental records, like
Yeah.
Tempa. My
Mm-hmm.
goodness, tell us about that record, my bro. This is dropped in 2016, but the remix again with Burna. What a moment, bro.
Yeah, man. Temper's Tempo is one song that I don't know. That's another weird song because really it was a song that I wasn't just really serious. It was we were just trying out it's another experimental song because we were really just trying out what you call it, like Afrobeats with like some, I don't know, man. We're trying Afrobeats with like some high life. I can't remember what we were trying to squeeze in, but it worked out. We're just repeating things. But later on, I decided to like add words to it, and I
Mm-hmm.
released it as a single on my own. And when I released it as a single on my own, I was on tour in Europe as at that time, and the original blew up in Europe because I remember the numbers were just going high for no reason, you know.
Alright.
And I came back home and I released the video. And randomly one time, me and Burna just linked up in the club, and he was like, "Man, there's this song he saw the video on TV, he really likes it, blah blah." I was like, "Do you want to jump on it?" He was like, "Yeah." So the next day, I pulled up to his house, got the verse. As a matter of fact, it wasn't a verse. He recorded like we just played the beat, and he
Yeah.
was trying to just write. So as he was trying to write, the mic was on. He was just recording stuff from beginning to the end. And as he recorded, he wanted to go back and put more serious lyrics. I was like, "Bro, leave this thing like this. Let me take it home."
Yeah.
He recorded like the whole full beat. It was like almost 2 minutes of his recordings, his voice. I was like, just give me this thing. Let me go and rearrange it at
Jeez.
home. Let me go home and settle down and arrange it. He was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah." So I went home. I took it home and I arranged it and I sent it to him and he heard it. He was like, "Wow," you know.
Yo.
And I remember he called me and said, "Oh, there's this other song I want you to help me arrange." It's like, "Cause this arrangement you did is really dope." And that was how the song came out, and the rest is history.
Man. So you mean there's a 2 minute version of a Burna like vocals
Mm.
like that's out there? Is there any
Is,
chance? Yeah,
you said what?
I'm saying that, so because you mentioned the 2 minute version of just Burna vocals on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, is there
Uh,
is there any chance
is there
we
any
can
chance? Man,
you
that's
can see
true.
that
I should
version?
even said it. I actually need to go and ask because it was my guy JP's was that recorded him. So
Yeah.
that's true, man. I should totally ask for that version. It's long, you know.
That's dope, man. And
Mm,
of course, like you've gone on to build up like relationships across the space. And one of your
mm,
prominent collaborators is Davido as well. Like you've tapped
mm,
into a lot of, in my opinion, some really slept on Davido features too, from Currency.
mm.
I think that's
Yeah,
that link up with both of you in
yeah,
2018. Heavenly,
yeah,
man. I think that record is crazy. And then you
for
obviously
sure.
going up into the album, trying to
Mm,
recollect the other record that you guys have together. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, man, like tell us a bit about your relationship with him as well, because you guys are prominent with collaborations as well.
Yeah, man. Me and David we've been cool for like for a very very long time. When I met David through B-Red that time because I used to be like really cool with B-Red from very I don't know if that's when they like got back or something, but yeah, I remember that time B-Red used to always take me to their studio.
Yeah.
Then as at that time David was a producer, so I'm like one of the artists that back then David produced the song for, which is one of the songs that we leaked. you know if you look back, if you check online, David produced a song for me a long time ago because we never finished the song,
Mad.
but it was lit. That time he was just a producer. He
Right.
wasn't really like singing as much. Then the next thing I heard David is singing now. He released singles and stuff like that, and
That's
we kept it
insane.
cool still with family, still, as friends. And every time I reach out for collabos, as at that time, it was just always quick thing for us to do it.
That's
Because they also used to pull up to our houses at that time, the EME house
right.
that I was staying at that time. So David used to always pull up to want to make some music with us. So that's how we just kept the relationship going.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome, bro. I think the more you get to learn about your journey, like
Mm,
I think about the I don't know if you know Neil Brennan. He's a comedian that has a movie with Dave Chappelle. I mean, he ran the Dave Chappelle show with him. And
mm,
in one of his interviews, he was talking about how they released a movie called
mm,
Half Baked. And
mm,
they thought it was a phenomenal movie. Like it did well. But it was a comedy. It was funny. But one thing about that movie was it dropped in the same week of Titanic and
oh, wow.
Good Will Hunting. And I kind of think of artists in your perspective as well. Like you came in at the point where rising stars were still at their humble beginnings, and obviously the evolution of the space has gone to see mega superstars out of some of them, and we're also in the very, very like toxic nature of comparison narratives. How do you then deal with like all that comes with that? Because not to say that the movie Half Baked was a terrible movie, but it just happened to be in the back of conversation next to other giant and bigger moments culturally. So it's like, how do you then navigate that like nature of, especially in this Twitter era, in this very, very narrative driven era of comparison? How do you then navigate that as an artist that obviously you've had moments to be proud of, you've had great achievements, you've made phenomenal records that are timeless, but then again you still have this like nagging conversation or cloud that seems to be hanging over some of your achievements. So how do you navigate all of that?
For me, man, I've been in the game for such a very long time, and I believe there's nothing else to prove. You know that the person is talented. You know the artist is talented. You know he's achieved a lot. Even decades later, his music is still achieving a lot more. So
Right.
for me, is the comparison is really is nothing that I really pay attention to. My own is, as long as I am great and I know that whatever I'm making is excellent, and
Yeah.
it's proof that it's excellent. That's all that matters to me. I do not believe in competition. I do not believe in being number one. I believe in, topping charts and celebrating and being happy and saying, "Oh my God, thank God,"
Yeah.
And I believe in mostly organic stuff, because we live in a generation or right now that nothing is organic, man. You know what I mean? So
Right.
for me, I've been able to experience something organic, so I'm really proud of it, because I used to always say and wish that, oh, I want to see how my thing blow up and go very viral or go global, and it's organic. I've seen it happen. Nothing, no money was raised, everything was just organic, till now.
Right.
It's just organic. So I've been able to have those kind of sounds that have done that. So for me, comparison is really nothing for me. As a matter of fact, I look at other people and I listen to other people and I learn from them,
Nice.
or I get inspired. I use their own work to be inspired to, do stuff to do better, or to just make something that I believe can stand them or match them.
Nice.
But comparison for me is not something I really care about. Sorry, I was gonna say give a shit.
Nah, no, bro. You're free to let it fly here, bro. Nah, I hear that. And speaking of inspiring, because you kind of even hinted at it, right? Like, you've obviously been around for quite a while. You've seen the evolution of the soundscape, right? And how Afrobeat hasn't necessarily sounded the same throughout the entire time it's been around. Who are some of the artists in today's era or today's soundscape that you listen to and are constantly inspired by, right? Like, or you want to essentially, it gives you that ginger to want to get in the booth and be able to share your own gift as well, share your interpretation of it. Because I know a lot of this new material had like moments from throwbacks, right? You had a lot of samples, but I'm really curious as to what your ear is saying right now for like the space where Afrobeat is today. So who are some of the artists that you're listening to that have come out in recent times that really ginger you?
For Afrobeat scene?
Yeah.
Man, well, there's a lot of them, man. But when you like put in the spot and you just some names that you forget. So, man. But for now, the ones that are obviously always ringing right in my face is like the Remas, the Ira Stars, the Omalays, the Fireboy, the who else? The King Madi, the Fave.
All right, Fave.
There's a lot of amazing people. Amazing ones that I can't even remember now, but everybody's doing really, really amazing.
Sure.
There's some songs. Sometimes I listen to some songs. I'm like, I'll be like, damn, this person is so young and they thought about this, man. This is incredible.
Right.
And I'll be like, oh wow, we used to be this young too, and we used to think about crazy stuff too, But
Right.
but hearing the sound like evolve every time with every new artist, is really, really amazing, and just keeps us on our toes, and makes me want to make better music, because
Nice.
I truly am very passionate about music. Like, I don't music is like really something that I'm passionate about. So I listen to music, all kinds of music, as a matter of fact, and I love to like experiment and make other people's kind of music, or fuse it with my own kind of music. So
Nice.
there's a lot of amazing artists that are doing really great stuff. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. It's nice to know that, man. And just to round up, because I know we've definitely had a lot of time with you, but I want to open the floor to some questions for the for listeners in the space. But before I do that, I wanted to know, like, what would you consider some of the, like, rather mental or professional habits that have helped sustain your career long term? Because it's not easy to do what you're doing for that long, right? So what are some of the habits that you kind of have, or the principles that you kind of uphold, that still keep you grounded, still keep you around, and still wanted to put out music?
Yeah, man. To be honest, most importantly is passion, man. Like I said, like I said before, passion is what keeps me going in this game, wanting to do this more and more, because there's just plenty of reasons for me to say, yo, I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
But like, I'm really just passionate about music. Like, I don't think I'll ever stop making music. I keep telling people,
Mad.
But I'll just tell every artist to just be more consistent, man. Just be more consistent. You just write more, and be open minded. Be a free thinker. You just always want to learn. Most importantly, you have to know that
Gotcha.
you don't know it all, so you have to learn every time. And always, be adaptive. When I say adaptive, like, just be you- uh, observe your surroundings. When I say observe your surroundings, as in know what's new, the new
Mm-hmm.
trends, and that's how you just stay in vogue, and or you can create more better new stuff that's not out there too.
Nice, nice, man. And it's so beautiful to be a witness to all this, man. Like, I've been
Yeah.
following your music from early on and noticing where it is right now, and the consistency yet again, man. I still want to big you up on that. And obviously you've had very, very like you've had life happen to you, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's been the moments with the accidents in 2011. There's been obviously losing your mom, and like there's so many been roadblocks, and you've kind of risen above that. And more power to you, my bro. More power to you.
Thank you, bro.
And now you're posting videos with your daughter as well. Fatherhood is in the picture as well. Like,
Yeah.
come on. And how's that even informed your music, or how has that like changed how you approach your music in terms of like fatherhood in recent times?
Man, just it just makes me more focused, more like to know that I'm responsible for other people.
Right.
Just makes me want to also watch what I do, because I know I'm an example now.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I do things that are like, oh my God, I'm proud of my dad, or can inspire my kids
Yeah.
to be better human beings, or to impact in the world,
It's
in
amazing.
such a way that they create legacies for themselves too. So
Nice.
yeah, that's
Nice,
what
man.
it's
That's awesome,
turned
man.
me into.
That's amazing, bro.
Mm.
And I know Belema wanted to say hi. Belema, what's good?
Hello, Skales. I didn't want to
Hi.
say hi. Hi. I wanted to say
Of
hi first,
course,
but I
of
actually have
course. You want to say
questions.
hi? I have
No, I
questions.
actually have questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not here for hi. Hi is for elder people. Welcome to the space. Happy Monday. Thank you for coming to join us, and thank you
Appreciate.
for your album, Matina's song.
Thank
I
you.
had a few questions for you, both about the album and about just music in general. I know
Mm.
Manuel touched about a few things earlier, but one
Mm.
of the questions that I had for you, first of all, is I know that as somebody that has been making music for a very long time, you've been making music since I was still in secondary school, and that's how
Mm.
long ago that was. And so it's
Yeah.
like over the span of 10, 15 years, 20 years,
Mm.
like you've been able to do so much. And like
Mm.
Emmanuel said, life has life. And it's very easy to look at the way people make music now and think, oh, things are better. But is there anything that you miss about the way you used to make music before?
To be honest, man, I feel like life just got more simpler because back then the way we used to make music was harder, man. Right now you don't need to have studios. You don't have to pay for studio sessions. You can just buy studio equipment and just record anywhere on the
Yeah,
move, anyhow.
yeah.
So life just got better. That's like the now is even now is the best time to make music because you can just stay and just make as much music as you want in whatever way, in your comfort zone, in what I mean, however you want it. So I feel like making music now is better than before.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I would say that that's very interesting. What would
Mm.
you say is something that you have seen newer artists do that you've picked up on and you're like, I definitely want to try this?
Man, it's a lot, man. But everyone, the recent one is just social media, that's how, like, we've been able to I would say that that's the newest form of, pushing your music faster and getting it recognized globally too. So yeah, I've been working on that too. I mean, I don't see I see myself as like a new artist too, man. So yeah, we've been working on that too. That part of music, yeah.
And you've been doing it great because that's how we ended up with you in all the football conversations. Nobody could
Yeah,
escape your name, so that's
I appreciate it.
exciting. Yeah. About the album, I actually had specific questions about the album. Two
Mm,
things that stood out, and you touched on this earlier as well, was you had quite a number of featured artists on the
mm.
album, and you had um, actually quite a number of samples on the album as well.
Yeah.
And my first question was with the samples, like from Columental to
Mm,
Papa Mole to the
yeah.
Beninois sample that you were talking about earlier. Like,
Mm.
what informed your decision to pick those specific songs?
Um, Most of them were vibes, man. I either just have like an inspiration, and I just be like, I tell the producer, um, "Hey, man, can you hear me? Jesus.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we can
we can
definitely
still
hear you.
hear you.
Okay,
We
sorry,
can
man.
still hear you.
I'm trying to find my charger. So, okay. Yeah. So, most times is I just hear stuff and I just send it to the producer, like, hey, can you help me sample this? And I give them ideas. So they send me a lot of stuff. We keep sampling, sampling, sampling till I hear the perfect one. That's how most of the songs came about. But for Jogo, which had the Beninois sample, the idea came from Killer Tunes because I told him, hey man, I want something that has Makosa, Fuji, and everything infused. So, and we were trying to achieve like a fusion of different sounds, and that's how that one came about. So he told me about, I think the Beninois sample was a TikTok sound that time that was trending or about to set off, but it didn't really set off like that. So sorry, I just came down the stairs.
No,
He
you
told
needed
me,
to. You needed
Now,
to.
now we can tell, but you
yeah,
can catch it, bro.
my stomach is full, man. I just had so much food. I just had
Nah,
so much food, man, and I had to
No,
walk
you're good.
up and down.
you're good,
You're
Yeah.
man.
good. You're good.
You're
So
good.
yeah, he sampled it and sent it to me, and I was blown away because I was like having the time of my life in Dubai at that time. So I
Jeez.
ran to the studio immediately that night,
Come on.
and I went to record the song. And when I recorded it, I just sent the song to him, and I never bothered about it again because I thought I was just because sometimes I get excited and I record songs, and later on I'll be like, I don't like it, man. Anyways, days later he sent it back to me because he touched it up. He was like, bro, this is a banger, man, and that's how I remember releasing Jogo, and Jogo also was when this artist from Congo heard about it, B, he was like, man, let's do a song together. I was like, yeah, there's a song I've always imagined your voice on. So I sent it to him and we made that. So samples for me also for the album were also inspired by like songs that me and my mom used to jam to.
Oh,
So that's why I was
The
like,
color
yeah.
mental
makes
jump
sense.
out for
Mental
Yeah,
sure.
with me and
too,
her used to
yeah.
jam because my mom used to, my mom, sorry, it's my mom. My mom used to sell like CDs and cassettes So like, of course, I used to
Wow.
jam to all the songs. Like,
The Yinka Ayefele
yeah,
record too, Total Male.
yeah.
Wow.
Yinka Ifele
Okay.
that time.
Yeah.
So
I used to know how to sing side A, side B of cassettes.
Bro.
no side A, side B. So that when you played the Tata Mole song, I
Mm,
had so many imaginations of where that song was going, and that
yeah.
was not where I thought that song was going.
Yeah, it went to like some
Where was it
Brazilian.
going?
It went to like some Brazilian funk type bounce.
It went very different than I
Yeah.
expected it to go, and
Oh,
I was very curious about like why that, like from King Vinci to you. It was very fascinating because I was like, I had an idea. I was like, okay, I know what Tokai Male sounds like, so
mm,
maybe this is gonna sound the same, but it did not sound anything like that. Like it had the moments there, but it was just like I love how you guys twisted that, and that was really exciting.
I appreciate it.
Another favorite feature was like obviously everybody loves Glory, so the one with
Mm,
Fave. But my personal favorite and one that I was specifically gonna ask about is Busy with
busy.
SME, and
Yeah.
I was gonna ask like how did that relationship come about for you and SME to work together on that song?
Yeah, man, I have to big up one of my guys. His name is Sammy Lee. I think he kind of like handles some of their management, SNE's management in Nigeria when they're around. So
Nice.
he just hit me up, and we've been trying to link up for some time, for like months. We've been trying to get into the studio. So every time we get in the studio, I always used to get tired because really hate recording at night. So I used to always dodge them and say, man, I'm sick. I'm gonna sleep.
Is that dad life now? I mean?
So yeah, but that day I was in such a good mood. So I was like, man, let's make music. So they came to my house,
Nice.
and we were just playing beats, and we are just vibing, and this one just came about. And we were just really telling each other stories, and he was telling me about his story of how he had the hit song. I can't remember what the name of the song. There's a Shwala Bam.
Yeah.
So he was just talking about how his life changed, how he's just busy to so many, like, of course, his
Yeah,
friends turned
because
enemies.
that's actually how I came across him initially was the
Yeah,
Shwala
Shralabam for sure.
remix.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, talking about how his life changed. So I was like, man, all these things they're saying, we have this nice beat that's playing over under our voices. Like, why don't we just say something about it? And we started vibing, and I just know how to arrange music. So he just said a lot of things. Then I was the one that arranged it again, and we made a song, and it sounded as great as it sounds.
yeah, that's exciting. I think people are gonna have a lot of different questions, but I just loved the diversity and the kind of people you picked to feature on the
Mm,
Yeah,
album,
man.
from Joshua Baraka to Faith
yeah.
to King Vinci to
Mm,
SNE,
To
like you
Tommy
mentioned.
and
Yeah,
Boluaji
even
as
Tommy
well.
and Boluaji, but
yeah.
that one actually hit
Canada,
me because
yeah,
I was like,
Canada
Canadian
people,
connects.
Canada
Are you people from
connects.
Canada?
I mean,
Emmanuel is
I'm based in Toronto, so these are my people,
yeah,
Oh yeah,
Tommy
yeah,
and
yeah.
Emmanuel
Boluaji.
Yeah.
is
Like,
a
Yeah, those are
Canada
my
person.
guys in Toronto, man. From
yeah,
Tommy
yeah,
to do you know Black Magic or to DJ Magic Flow? Those are
yeah,
my
yeah,
guys,
yeah. Mad,
So
mad, mad.
it was how that song came about was I think I was on tour, and my mom had died, and like Tommy too was just about to lose her father because he was
Yeah,
under like a machine and stuff. And he was
yeah.
also my friend, and I didn't even know that he was not feeling fine because he was like the sponsor of our tours at that time. And so when I lost my mom, I was just sad, man. I was writing these songs to everybody that I hated us at that time, and I was just writing sad songs. So this one just came about as one of those songs that I was just really just talking, and Tommy heard it, and before we sat down, we made a song together.
Mad.
It was such a sad day, but yeah.
Oh man. Nah, nah,
Yeah,
That's
nah,
what I'm talking about.
nah. That's
So
beautiful.
big up them, man. Big up,
Yeah,
those are my
big
man.
up them.
Yeah,
Toronto connects.
yeah.
Yeah,
Big ups
that
to
was
me,
the
man.
surprise for me. Yeah, when
Yeah.
I saw Tommy and then I saw Bolu and Jibadi, I was like, okay, Canada.
Nah,
Okay,
Yeah.
Canada.
it's beautiful to even know that you mentioned that because that was around the time her dad passed away, and her dad was a very significant player in the space. Like you said,
Yeah.
he was helping set up the shows and promoting as well. So, yeah, I think it's beautiful to know that you guys connected on that level to pour that into the song, man. That was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
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 Appreciate it.
I think my question for you before we open it fully up to the audience, Final question for you is, what next should we be looking forward to? A tour, more music? Like, what should we be keeping our eyes out for now?
Yeah, man, definitely a tour. I'm back in Europe again, and back in the Middle East. I'm back in America for the rest of the year. I'm back in the UK also for the rest of the year.
Man,
So those are like what we're
What's
touring,
so you're
as
living
we
on a
as we speak.
global,
so
man.
you're living on a plane to
Throughout this
Europe.
throughout this year, it has been on a plane, man. It's crazy.
Passports must be
Um,
crazy.
but as a matter of fact, I just touched down Ghana right now,
Hey,
and we're about to get to working.
nice, 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 man.
Yeah.
Congrats, congrats. We're gonna open it up for other people to ask you questions as well.
Yes, man. Looking
But
Yeah.
forward to that. I think Afro
congrats
Devil.
and
Sorry.
thank actually even before that, thank you for your mom sharing your mom's stuff with us. Like her love for those specific things. So
Yeah, man. I appreciate it.
thank you.
Nice, man. All right,
I appreciate it.
Harvey. What's good?
Good. My bro, how are you now? When
Day
you
day.
started the first piece, I heard you talk about some struggles. I don't know what it is, but I hope you're good.
Thank you so much, man. I'm good now.
It's great to hear. I'm gonna just get right to it because I understand time is always of the essence and there's a lot to catch up on. Hi skills.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Honestly, I'm gonna just start by saying you sound like how I would want to sound when I become an Ebo. Um,
What?
I'll explain. I'll explain, man. I'm Nigerian. I love being Nigerian, but there's something about our culture that I'm not too tethered to. I'm not too connected to. It's the feeling of when you grow older, it starts to feel like there's a little disdain for what's coming behind you. It's like
Mm,
there's like this clench to power or Egbon shit that's exhausting that I've heard in the tone of a lot of Egbons. And you
mm,
don't sound like that. You sound very if I didn't know any better, I think you were an upcoming artist the way you speak. You speak with so much humility. You speak with so much. I don't know, man. Like I feel like we're having a little chat here, but like, bro, like Belema said, you've been making music since we were in secondary school, man. Like
yeah.
it's refreshing to hear someone who has this status speak with this much freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
So it's essentially that's what I mean by you sound exactly like what I would want to sound if I get really far in my life. So big ups to
Yeah.
you. Just a question, two questions that are not really related to the album currently.
Mm,
Um, I mean, technically it is related to the album. What's your beat selection process like?
okay.
And the two questions are kind of related because I noticed like over the years you'd like link with people like Ace Keys in Abuja, um,
Yeah.
what's it called? They told me now in Canada. Like there's something about the people you're linking, and I know it has nothing to do with strictly business move or the clout that it comes with there. It's got to do with
Mm.
something that's the connection. How do you discover the people that you want to work with? Because I used to be so confused being out in Abuja and be like, I'm seeing you in this guy's studio. And I'm like, what exactly brought you guys together? Like, essentially, I used to be very curious to know, like, over the last, say, 3, 4 years. So, yeah, can you
Mm.
touch on that? And then the beat selection process, of course.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I told you, man, I love music. I'm very passionate about music. I've probably dropped verses for artists that I just hopped into the studio and I just heard a song. I'm like, wow, who's this? They just tell me, and I don't know the artist. I've never met the artist, and I just record and bounce, And I end up, I'll hear that somebody released the song and I didn't even know about the song, and I'll be like, when did I record that song? But for me, it's more about passion. That's how I've met like a lot of producers online. Is either like I'm just chilling and I just hear a beat and I just before I'll follow the producer and ask them, yo, where's your studio at? And I just if it's somewhere I can go to, I'll pull up. Or I tell you, hey, you can pull up to my house, because my studio is in my house. But for me, it's like mostly about passion. And for the big picking process, it's just man, I've been in the game for so long, and when I started off, most of my friends were like producers, so like I've been hearing beats for a very long time, and so I just always know what is perfect for me, and I just roll with it, and I love to listen to beats, like I said. So I know what beats are really good and what beats are dope, especially for me.
That's amazing to hear. That's the last thing
Mm,
is you have obvious. I think if I'm not mistaken, I might have this wrong, but you used to
mm,
write a lot at the start of your career, like you were a writer, songwriter. Um,
mm,
I learned that the pronunciation of the word pivot is actually pivot, not pivot. I learned that today, which is funny. Like I've always thought it was
mm.
pivot, but yeah. What was the pivotal moment in your? Were there pivotal moments in your? Were there
Yeah.
pivotal moments in your career where you felt like, oh, I want to stop singing, I want to just write, or I want to stop writing, I just want to produce? Like, were there moments that you sat back like a quarterback and thought I wanted to do just this and maybe be behind the scene or be at the spotlight? Like, were there moments that you dealt with certain things that you decided, okay, this is the reason I'm going to keep singing? Because having a career that spans this long takes a lot of like going in and out of the process. Like, I want to step out, I want to step back in. Have there been moments you wanted to stop being an artist, and what were the things that you wanted to do? And then the fact that you're still here being an artist, what are the things that made you keep going all these years?
Um, I've said this before, like passion, man. I just love music. Like, there's not been a time where I wanted to quit to be one thing or the other. I just always wanted to make music, and that's why, like, I've just been one of those artists that is it's kind of hard to like put me in a box. I don't know what happened, man. It just went off, but yeah. So I don't know where I stopped, where you guys heard me last, but yeah, as I was saying, I just love music,
Yeah.
and I don't see myself doing any other thing. I've just always wanted to write music, perform music, and to release music. That's all I've always wanted to do. So it's more about passion for me to make music and be heard. You know.
So,
Yeah.
sorry, just to jump in on that, like you speak so much about your passion for music, and I'm trying to like tie
Mm,
this back to like say your upbringing
mm,
and some of your earlier days. Like, what exactly triggered this love for music? What are the experiences? What was the music you were hearing around you? I know you grew up
mm,
with just your mom, and then you kind of hinted at the album as well, like having a lot of the songs that you both were connecting to. But
yeah.
just expand on the upbringings that has led into your passion for music.
Mm. First things first, I'm like the, only child of my mom, and her only seed. So definitely, I was always like a handbag, always around her like a handbag. And my mom used to like sell cassettes, CDs, and stuff. So
Mm,
it was music for me 24/7, you know. And as at that time, I didn't even know that I was like in love with music, but it just made me listening to music made me feel better because when everybody was rushing to watch cartoons and stuff on TV, I didn't have no TV. All we had was like a tape that my mom used to do adverts for her CDs and stuff that we were
wow.
selling and cassettes. So, I mean, I also was part of the people helping her to sell and market it. So definitely, I know all kinds of music, all kinds of songs. So and it made me feel so good. Music just uplifted my spirit all the time. So like even when I'm sad, I play music. When I'm happy, it's music. When just in every kind of mood. So definitely, that's where I built the passion from. And
Nice.
then when I realized that I could write music, before I kept practicing in writing. Sometimes I even like use people's melodies that are already out there to write music, and from there I was building my own
Wow.
sounds, and I now figured it out and became like great at it. And I said, okay, I want to go mainstream with it. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's beautiful. I know Harvey is still having some questions for you.
Mm.
Actually, not really, man. I'm gonna hang my mic here. Thank you so much for, giving us all these nuggets, man. I'm gonna jam a bunch of albums, and yeah, obviously, I'm gonna get into yours as well. Shout out to you,
No,
man.
appreciate.
Yes, man.
Big
Thank
up,
Awesome.
big up.
you. Vladimir, you said you had a question about glory.
Yeah, yeah. Firstly, just a question, Sha, but I want to give a very big shout out to Iman.
Yes, sir.
That's a G right there. He made me feel seen. The point of my life that was very, very down. He was the only person that was willing to listen to my story. Big shout out, Iman. You're a
Appreciate you,
G,
man.
bro.
Appreciate you, man.
Firstly, and skills, your consistency no be there. I've been to two
Mm-hmm.
universities for 4 years, 8 years. My secondary school 6 years, 14 years. And you've been there. That's crazy. You're a symbol of yeah, like you're a symbol of hope. Like now your people now with the fire for Niger,
I
pushing,
appreciate
pushing
it.
the relentless.
Honestly,
Don't
honestly.
stop people there. Big one up there.
I
Beleman
appreciate
was saying something about glory being everybody's favorite. But
it.
honestly, it should be because you feel relate. You can listen to the story. When
Yeah.
record label tell am say he no dey good enough and yeah, rejection dey hit everybody well well. So I feel
Mm,
his pain there, guys. So glory being everybody's favorite track, I can
mm,
totally understand.
I appreciate it.
Mad, mad,
I
mad.
swear big down. Lastly, the glory song abeg. What inspired that song? Like I listened to a song that was similar to this very song, and the
Mm,
title is Glory, titled by Lil Wayne. Like the
mm.
minute I played the first song, like the first minute of the song was sounding exactly like Your Glory. I don't know. Maybe after here you go check am out. So I don't know
Okay.
if
I'll check. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. But I don't. So Glory Man was just. It's just me talking about like because the original of the song Glory, because I had the hook already, and it was just me talking about like God's goodness in my life and just talking about how things turned bad, but just because I believe God is all I need. So glory, just like me saying glory, hallelujah, my boast is in God. And so pretty much that's what that song is about. It's about me just telling you all the things that I've been through and how constantly God is all I need to, keep achieving and to keep being in my element and, keep succeeding in life. So that's what glory is all about. So the producer, his name is Sue, he sent me different kind of beats and I told him, hey, I just want a sample with soul, with so much soul in it. So randomly, he tried to send me stuff, but that one didn't work out. But there was this beat that he was just playing, that he made the beat online and he was showing people how he made the beat. So I told him, bro, that's the kind of beat I want. So I remember he said, can I send that one? So he sent it to me and I recorded and sent it to him. Then one time randomly I was in Europe just playing snippets on my Instagram and Fave heard it. And next thing she hit me up, she's like, I want to be on that track. And
Mad.
mind you, 2 years prior to that, I've been trying to reach out to her and she didn't respond to me. But anyways, randomly she saw the video
Wow.
and she was like, "Oh, I like this song, man. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You sent me messages 2 years ago. I didn't respond. Well, I want to make music with
Skills,
you too."
please.
Yo.
And I was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you for hitting me up." And I sent that song to her, and she recorded and sent me like 3 versions of the song. And that girl's amazing, man. That's all I can tell you. And I just picked the version I used is the one I liked. No, it's the one that I feel like should be heard. But all of them were great. So big up Fave, man. She's amazing. That's how that whole song came
Yeah,
about.
yeah, okay, I feel you, bro. Make I no waste your time. Make I just tell you my mind. You're too much. Yeah,
I
see,
appreciate
like
it.
there's too much. Like, see, I know, like I could relate. I don't dey follow your story. The
Mm,
record deal. I know everything where you dey talk. So,
mm.
I beg. Now your type we need. Just stay strong for us. We dey
I
with you.
appreciate it. Thank
And
you
I
so
beg,
much, mama.
this is me shooting my shot. Bro, Imans know I'm bad. I dey fuck with your fashion sense. Well. You dey
Yeah,
kill
man.
me.
Yeah, man.
Beg, if you go follow me, make I just dey send you my work. I know. Boys dey sleep on me. I beg, no follow them sleep on me. I beg.
Mad, man. Shout out
Appreciate
to
it.
Vladimir, bro. All right, man. Appreciate the questions. I know we have Moses Johnson in the building, man. Yo, honored to have you up here, bro.
Kilo.
Papa Ojo. Afan. King
Hi, ma.
Johnson.
Eh?
Yeah, hi,
Afan.
bro. Hey, bro. Nice to have you
Sorry,
on.
guys. I usually don't come on social media, but I just came on and I saw and I said, you know what? I wanted to say hello.
Nice.
Um, I have two questions for Skills. And before I ask my question, I also want to shout out Adam Tiran. Adam is somewhere here, quiet, but he's a powerful player
Shout
in the
out to
industry.
Adam.
Mad.
So he's somewhere here. So but what I wanted to ask is one, Skilo, are we getting a video for the Joshua Baraka track?
Of course, man. We're getting a video. You people want to kill me, man. I keep telling you, people, I'm an independent artist. Not many videos they want me to shoot. But yeah, so definitely, man. Joshua Baraka is someone that I know that is gonna be so huge.
Shout out to
So
Uganda,
definitely,
man.
I want to be part of his story, man.
Yeah.
So
Nice, nice.
I'm honored to be able to make a song with him because he's gonna really be such a big star.
Bro, he's such a
Yeah,
talent, bro. I've been
definitely.
listening to him from way back, and yeah, to see where he is now. Yeah, such a talent
Yes.
for sure.
So definitely, man, there will be a video.
Amazing. And the second question I wanted to ask is, obviously for everybody on here, I think I can see a few emerging artists on here, and I know that everybody has like one wish or the other that they have, which is, oh, I want to break out, I want to make it big in the industry. If there's one word from you to them this night, just as like your own nuggets for them as to how they should navigate their career, what will that be for them?
Well, I would say for one, first things first, you have to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, and know that just because you're getting no's now doesn't mean you're horrible. It just means maybe those are not just the people that are your audience, or they just relate to you. Maybe you just have a different audience. So I mean, I figured that out for my own self that maybe I'm not appreciated somewhere, but I'm way more appreciated somewhere else.
Right.
So definitely that one. Then you also need to get just a bunch of people that believe in you, a team that believe in you, and of course that are very smart too, and are willing to do whatever it takes to push you or give your career or your life value entirely. So definitely that, and you have to be consistent, man. Because there's no, I have this belief that there's no way you would, let's say, for like, let's say for example, you have something, a target in front of you that you keep throwing stone at it, that you not hit the jackpot, for 365 days. There's no way, unless if you're a very very stupid person, like, just keep throwing stones, you definitely hit your target. So I feel like just keep going, be persistent, don't stop, and of course, keep practicing, because practice makes perfect. If you want to be a better artist, you cannot just record today and not record in like many in a year, and you think you get better. There's no way. You have to keep going, keep recording. You have to be passionate about this. That's what I believe.
Lock
Yeah.
in.
And
I love it.
most importantly, man, God, man. I don't play with God. You need God in your life to bless everything. Yeah.
Nice, man.
That.
Nice, man. Powerful stuff.
That's all. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you so much, Moses. Hopefully we get to hear more from you, man. It's nice. I know you kind of stepped in quietly, but it'd be nice to hear more from you, because I'm sure you have,
for sure.
you have your wealth of knowledge to share to the space. But this is kind of space where we welcome voices like you,
Slim
bro.
Johnson, man. So me and Slim Johnson, we've been locked up in Russia before. So shout out to him,
Mad.
That's a story for another day. But
convicts from Russia.
Yo.
Thank you so much for having me. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you so much, man. Nice, man. Real quick, we have Damon.
Yeah,
Man. What's good?
yeah. How you doing, man?
We did, bro.
Yeah, how you doing, Skills?
Hey, what's good, brother?
Yeah, good to be hearing from you, my bro. So I didn't really have questions. I just wanted to say that you inspire the generation of rappers. Like, no matter no matter how anybody wants to look at it, or whatever anybody wants to say about the matter, you inspire the generation of rappers, like me included. So I just wanted to give you those flowers. I also wanted to say I was there like one of the first times, very early. You performed, you and Wizkid in Redeemers. When Kel brought you guys to open, when you guys opened for Kel, you and Wiz, I think I actually closed that show. So I just wanted to I'm proud of everything you've been able to accomplish since then.
Thank you.
And then the last thing I wanted to say is I like you when you pop out. I love you when you pop out in terms of a verse here, you spaz for us. I think it's even more special to me right now because you don't be rapping as often. So I love it when you pop out like that emergency verse. Oh my God, don't be play. I love that verse. Like I can code that verse anywhere in my sleep. Gucci head to toe with CDQ. So so I want to say, keep popping out like once in a while. Just give us a verse here, give us a verse there, jack somebody's beat. Just rapping
Mm.
Skalo, just rapping Skalo, pop out. Like there are some of us that still want that. So I just wanted to say, rapping Skalo should pop out every now and then. Yeah,
Yeah,
my bro,
definitely.
enjoy.
Definitely, man. I appreciate you. I'm working on that. There's a lot of that will come through. But yeah, you're very right. So that I mean, for me, it's just inspiration. Once I'm really gassed up about something,
Yeah.
the rapping scale will come out. Or once I just feel some kind of way, it always comes out. So yeah, definitely. Stay tuned for more.
Nice,
Yeah, man.
man.
Lovely. Want to hear more of that? Bless, my bro.
Nice, man. Nice, man. I don't know how much time you have with us, but you've been very generous, my bro. So appreciate you for sticking around and hearing from some of the listeners. Anyway, that comes to the point, man. We will let Skales go because, it's been an hour plus of you entertaining us. So appreciate you so much for doing this. We're looking forward to talking more about the album, Matina's Son. Go check it out if you haven't, man. I'm definitely holding on to Jogo Remix as a big moment, and I love that you actually even expanded on that record too, because I think that's a fantastic record, man. So yeah, appreciate you, man, and your talent and the gift that you keep on sharing with us, man.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Beautiful,
Right, man.
beautiful stuff. And if you guys are new to the space, definitely lock in. We also are going to be repurposing this as in a podcast form, so look out for it in case you missed some of it in the podcast form on Wednesday. I know we had a lot of requests, but for the sake of time, we definitely can't get through to all the requests we had to speak to Skales tonight, but appreciate you guys listening as well. All right, man. For sure, that was definitely one for the books, man. To have Skales on the spaces, yeah, man. Hopefully, we talk to more like pioneers or like people that were in the game early on. It's always nice to see that and help capture their story as well. But anyway, man, we have more new music to tap into in recent times. Okay, there's been new Diamond Jimma. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but I'm excited about Diamond Jimma. Iyanya dropped an album as well.
King Promise and
Mr. Easy have. Fave also released a record. Gen Z Love. Where do we want to attack? Which one do we want to attack more? Iyanya album, anyone?
I personally haven't listened to the album yet, but I've heard.
You had a few songs?
I've heard one, and then I've heard good things in general about it.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a very interesting time for people that were making I don't know if the right word is making music before or more popular before,
right?
Versus making music now. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's even funny because there's a few parallels with the Iyanya album and Skales as well. Heavy on nostalgia with the samplings. I think Iyanya went heavy on samples as well. And obviously I'm not sure about the story behind the album, but
it's funny that you say that because the song that that Skales said he likes on the Cardi B album, I believe that's also a sample.
Oh yeah, I mean it's Cardi B album, so it can't run away from that.
So it's just that nostalgia is very
nostalgia is very strong, man.
Yeah.
Nah, man, but yeah, there was a replay. You know what, Shawty is like a melody in my head. There's a song that Iyanya sampled with that replay record.
Oh, he sampled replay?
Yeah, it was very interesting spin on it. Like an Afro R&B spin on it. There was the one with Fido, a record called Sorry. I forgot what sample they used on that song too. But I liked Fido on that record. I thought Fido tapped into that one they call-esque freestyle nature of approaching beats where it's slurring his word. Very Awolowo type headspace, but it works. You know what I mean? This is the kind of situation where it works, as opposed to some early moments in the EP, in his recent EP, that frankly didn't work for me. But in this particular like moment, like it made sense, and Iyanya kind of wove into that mood and that vibe that Fido kind of set up. So it was a nice record as well. I think that's one of my favorite records on the album so far. And then there's a Reekado moment too, man. Reekado has been putting in work, getting busy, his features as well. Put out an album earlier on this year too. So, but yeah, Reekado feature too was solid. There's a few moments that were a little interesting. There's a record that sounded exactly like Laye Kiss Daniel. It had that classic Afrobeats sound, that Bedu, Owambe, like Juju type record. I can't remember the title of that song, but it was so like immediately took you to Laye by Kiss Daniel. I was on the stream and immediately had to go revisit Kiss Daniel for that record. And I think, and I'm hearing rumors that Kiss Daniel actually voiced on that song too. I don't know how true that is, but it would be interesting to see if that's actually true. Because towards the end of the song, Kiss Daniel was mouthing something that was very funny. Oh, it was a song with was it a song with Sade? Wait, I think it's a song with Sade. Yes, it is a song with Sade. It is the song with Sade. Orobo. Yeah, I think it's the song with Sade. Yeah, it's the song with Sade.
Very interesting.
It'd be interesting to see, man.
I'm seeing another thing that dropped. I saw Ajabota did something with Brazy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that.
It's very Ajabota of him.
Oh wait, Ajabota. During my head, I was thinking Ajabota Slabs in my head.
No,
but Ajabota, yes, 22, yes. Was it a project or was it a song?
I think it's just a song.
It's just a song.
It's just a song, yeah. And it was him, Brazy, and his sister, I believe. But is it Timmy B? Is it? She's a sister, right? I can't remember.
I don't know.
But it's just called Love Don't Finish for Lagos.
He's ramping up to something, right? Like he has a project coming on.
I think he is. I really think he is.
Because he doesn't come out that much. I mean, he does, but like, it's rare. It's kind of rare. And what's happened to New Qing Madi? Scumbag?
I didn't. I didn't even know she dropped.
Oh, hi Dante.
Hi Dante. I remember her saying she was taking a step back, and then I don't know what happened after that.
I mean, she has an album year. Like she's in an album year, but it seems like she's moved on. But
she moved on very fast from that album.
Yeah.
I forgot that there was an album, and she also mentioned that she had moved on.
Wait, did she actually verbalize, like, say I've moved on from the album?
She mentioned the issues that she was having.
Right.
She referenced it, and it was like the sentiment of the message was very much I've moved on.
Was this on an interview somewhere?
No, it was on her Instagram.
Oh.
I don't even know if she still has it up or something.
Interesting. Because the album is not like... It's not a bad album. I know, granted, it's debut, it's high stakes, everyone's trying to look... Can you make a moment?
Reviews.
But then again, it's not the era for an R&B focused artist in some sense, I feel. But regardless, I don't think it was a bad album. There were strong moments that I'm still holding on to, man. Like the Feeling Alright record, Damn It All, that like dancehall slow wine type record, and Pressure as well. She had good songs. She had sweet melodies on those records, but I don't know, man. Over time, I think she definitely could have put more pressure on the album. I feel like I don't think it's worth like ignoring and just like moving on so quickly. I would say that she's
ignoring it per se. I just think it's just one of those things where like something maybe doesn't exactly go the way you expected.
Right.
Just kind of like switch gears. Like she's still singing the music, she's still playing it. Like the music didn't suddenly disappear. Like after the album dropped, that was when she did that soundtrack for that video.
Yeah, that video game soundtrack. Yeah, that was
so like it's not like she just stopped or gave up. She just stepped back.
Yeah. No, I would definitely love to see her like give some focus to some of the songs. I don't even know how much like not necessarily music videos, but obviously like that's one of the few indicators to see artists focusing on the record. But I think we've not gotten too much outside of the album. But regardless, man, Qing Madi, the new record, I like it. It's a nice record. I'm trying to remember what song it reminded me of. Oh yeah, somebody said it to the chat. It reminded you of this record on Rema's what's it called? The EP before the album.
Sorry, do you know, I just have to say something. Do you know how I know that she moved on?
Yeah.
Because I just went back to her Instagram. I can't find the post that she made that time.
Mm-hmm.
But she made a post at the beginning of this month where she said, my official first single of the year is Scumbag. It's coming out this Friday.
Oh, that's what she said?
And I was like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, your first single.
Official? Wait, has she changed? Wait. No way, she's changed structures.
But
she's still with the same guys.
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know what point. I don't know what it is. But
going off of Spotify. Going off of Spotify.
She's still with them. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like she's still with them.
My official first single of the year is coming out this Friday. So what this tells me is that the first 6 months of this year she does not acknowledge.
That's crazy, man. Qing Madi. Nah, I'm offended. I'm offended by that remark. The album is good.
She does not. As far as
the album is better than that.
The first 6 months of this year did not happen.
That's so sad, Loki, man. But hopefully, I mean, she has her reasons. But yeah, man, the record, yes, someone just reminded me. It's Troublemaker by Rema. It had the similar drum pattern, I would think. I think someone pointed it out on the live stream.
Hi, Elle.
But it's a nice bop, man. Yeah, hi, Elle.
Hey.
Welcome.
How are you?
H Factor today, Mama. Thank you.
What'd you say?
No H Factor.
No H Factor ever, man. Come on.
Please leave Emmanuel alone. I'm beg.
Yeah, I just clocked as well. Like, she did announce that she had left Jade.
Yeah, but here's the problem.
She has
her Instagram. She took it down
after announcing that she left.
She took down the post.
She did. She put it up.
Okay.
Wait, sorry. What post are we talking about?
She made a post
letter.
after the album.
A whole letter.
Yeah, it was a whole letter. It was after the album came out.
How?
Like a week after the album.
Yeah, she made a whole post on her page, and that's what I went. That's why I meant when I said that, like, she literally moved on from.
Oh, that explains it then. I didn't know this about a letter. So what did she say in the letter? That
it was essentially her just talking about how things were not going the way she wanted, and it had something to do with management or something, and she was working with new part. It was a whole discussion.
Yeah, like new managers. I do think she does have new day-to-days though. Definitely.
Yeah. Possibly, yeah.
She has
new
this
manager.
guy, this American guy. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
And
like I that's exactly what. So that's what I came to look for on her page, and I can't find it anywhere anymore. What I do find is her calling Scumbag her first single
official. Okay. I came up to ask if you talked about or caught the Keith Sweat feature that you did.
I'm looking at her Instagram and I see she had a feature with Keith Sweat. It's
had a song with him that came out earlier this year. I'm sorry, this month. Yeah. Earlier this month.
It came out right before Scumbag.
Did you catch that, Emmanuel?
I don't think Emmanuel did. I don't even know if Emmanuel. No, we can't hear you. I can't hear you, Emmanuel. I can't hear you, Dante. Okay, Emmanuel, we can't hear you.
Sorry, were you saying something?
We were asking if you caught the Keith Sweat song she did.
Qing Madi, Keith Sweat. I did.
Why did you say it like that?
I did. I remember it.
Like it.
I mean,
he sounds like he wishes he didn't.
Yeah, but it is what it. I mean, she's done more features as well. She's had more moments. I think the game track, the game soundtrack, moment, I think is still her best like moment in the year overall. I think vocally, like, I think she was exceptional on that song. But yeah, other than that, like the Keith Sweat, it was a nice, cute moment. Like it made.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Yeah, but yeah, I wasn't big on it. I wasn't going back to it. Well, give me a second, guys. I just need to take something real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to speak on it.
No, you can speak on it. Please speak on it.
Oh gosh, King. Like,
It's the way you're saying it.
it's just why? What was the reason? Cardi voice. What was the reason? I don't understand it. I understand that, Keith Sweat is a legend in his own right. It just, I don't know. Who was the A&R? I want, I want to have a conversation with them. We need to have a chat. Because Kilo Day, like, was that necessary? I'm really trying to. I was saying in the chat that, like, I would really love to see a cooler side to King Madi and all these moves. That, first of all, the album.
Wait, she's cool. Have you seen her baggy shirts, her baggy pants? She's cool.
She is actively trying to be cool, but not in.
So L.
Wow, L. So King Madi is not cool.
What is one good thing that came out of it?
Releva, important question.
Of what?
Of the whole King Madi situation.
Which situation?
Wait, Elle is definitely like picking her words because she has a story that she obviously doesn't want to expand on.
I love King Madi so much, and I think for me, especially when she first came out, her debut was strong. Her features were even strong as well. So for me, it's been quite interesting watching her over the last year and a half. In my opinion, kind of, I wouldn't say regress, but I just feel like it's very obvious that there's people trying to do their best to direct her, of course.
Yeah.
And obviously you're going to make some great decisions and you're going to make some not so great decisions. And I think the album may not have come across to her listeners, to the majority of her core listenership as a great decision. And then following that up with like a Keith Sweat, where there's nothing wrong with having a legend jump on, do music with them, but it has to really like land. And once again, it just feels like a misroad, like, and she's young, so then it gives off corny, it ages her music, and it just feels like a disconnect, like she's being led astray, where you can have those kind of songs with people like a Keith Sweat, and it can work, but that was just so corny, and that's what I meant by it's not giving cool at all. Like, okay, girl,
gotcha.
Can we just? I don't want to go into the rest because I can download why else she might not be giving cool. Like, can we just know who you are? Can we just know what your real eye color is? Can we just? There's so much to her. The direction sonically and visibly that is interesting to me. It's just unnecessary. Like, babes, can we just see what you look like for real? So yeah, it's just, I don't know.
Why you do this girl like this?
Damn.
I'm not. I just feel like she's young and she deserves justice.
All right, justice for King Madi. Dante, chime in.
All right, you can hear me now. Good.
Yes.
See, I think she already showed us what she looks like already. So all these extra high color things, and it's just branding with like
the blue thing, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not landing.
Okay, but like that's a personal taste thing. I feel like I'm not mad at it. Like, it's calm, and people who focus at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I was gonna talk more about the record. Also, guys, the album dropped in January, and a lot of people are playing numbers game. And this is September. And to drop the new record. Like, it's not crazy.
No, it's definitely not. But like, I'm just saying, in terms of engaging or giving life to the album, it's not been a thing throughout the course of the year, right?
Yeah, but like with the whole label, this and that, and the letter that she dropped, like the public announcement she dropped, I felt like there was more to the story that may have affected the whole process of the album
For
and
sure.
what they could have done with it.
For sure.
But the interesting thing is this: the new record is still dropped. She dropped it under the label she said she left.
Yeah, that's what I'm still confused about because
And then she has taken down
she's taking out that
the
letter.
letter. Yeah, she's
So
taking
that's
it
why I'm
down.
saying that.
So maybe she-
I think her management, her day-to-day management has changed, and she's found a way to, do you understand, like still keep with the group overall.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to call names because at the end of the day, I don't know a team like one on one. But I thought the person that says she's a manager is still like, I think she's still the person you see around her.
Not the
So,
person that thinks that she's a
person like I think because there is someone that if you pay attention to Qing Madi, you see her
You
around.
see her often.
You see her often around, and then I think on our page at the points you would see Qing Madi like on our Instagram as like management or something. So actually, let me confirm that instead of
Right.
the way y'all are dragging this.
Right.
But I will agree that the blue eye contact is throwing me off.
I think I
we're not in 2015.
but that's still okay. I don't think I'm even checking for those things, but I just know her thing is blue. I just know that.
Okay,
No, understood, and I think I only mentioned it.
Yeah.
I only mentioned it because I mean, like, I meant it as like a disconnect thing. Not like I could have said it could be like, oh, she likes the way that her white boot is disconnecting, right? I just mean like overall, it does feel like there's a disconnect.
But there is a
with
science
her branding,
to that,
right?
I'm saying, but yeah.
But disconnect is cool. Like I think our main fans are kids. Like
yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Even though the subject matter does not necessarily reflect.
Right.
Like that's part of this I wanted to talk about in like this comeback record. That record is triggering me, but I just feel like the.
Wait, are you also addicted to scumbags?
No, please.
Why is it triggering you then?
Not like there are other lines she said there.
Oh, okay.
It's just I think she's a very daring writer.
Right. No, I agree.
There are some things. I think it was the Joya Khan interview or something. She said apparently the only record that they even had to dial it back because people were already like, "Oh, what's this?" But she said during the process of making the record, they had to dial some things back that she was already going too far.
So going to,
and that was
I
think that was what made me a fan of the music. I was like, "Oh, okay." Aside from like the still finished record, I'm like, okay, I'm there. But then that only record, I'm just like, okay, this is something. Now, but that's because I interpret it as honesty. Some might interpret it as toxic lyrics or toxic music.
Yeah, especially songs like Favorite Cycle, right? Like.
Yeah, I just feel like this is somebody who chose to. It might be fictional, it might be not, but there are people in this life who have those experiences, and it might sound extreme to some people, but I appreciate when it is communicated through, it's communicated sonically. So that was what I was gonna say about the record.
No, we definitely spoke about that.
Oh, okay. So maybe when my P crashed, the manager I was talking about, I take that back. I'm not sure they're involved because I just went to check and it's not looking good. But yeah,
right.
It's a good thing I didn't mention anybody's name. So L might be right.
Gotcha.
They might have switched management.
Gotcha.
I don't think I just to be clear, I don't know, but I think what is her day-to-day that's changed. I don't think her overall team has departed, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah, and she's still putting this new record under the same structure from the looks of things. So yeah, man. But anyway, you guys should check out the record.
I think the metadata is on some platform is just Blue Vision. There's no JTON. So
there's JTON.
So you think Joy is out the picture?
There's JTON when
JTON is out of the picture.
I'm seeing JTON music
on which platform are you saying?
Spotify.
Okay, on Spotify. On YouTube Music is Blue Vision alone. There's no JTON.
Spotify says JTON here.
So yeah, I wanted to quickly chime in on this. Madi, that's why I came up. I wasn't going to even come up. To be honest, somebody has to say it. L doesn't want to say it. All those all those accent, all those brandy, ko wale. Let's not be sugarcoating things. It's not working. It's not working. Let's know you. Who are you? Like, you're a Nigerian kid, born and raised in Benin. Can we have that girl? Do you understand?
No, but
like,
she said they called her Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
So she won't be Billie Eilish now.
What?
They give us.
But like, but born and raised in
wait, Dante.
Sorry, real quick. Real quick, Ginger, your mic, I beg. It sounds a little harsh.
Can you hear me now?
Some instances. Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. This is better. Yeah.
Better, okay. I think I just have to say overall a lot of things. Plus the debut album, man. Goddamn. See, when she busted out onto the scene with Ole and that EP, it was amazing. I was expecting something mind blowing. I'm expecting that your debut should at least be a statement. Like, even coming out strong that way with that EP, with those tracks of that EP, you know, with that whole toxic, whatever, that you're coming with that energy. It didn't work with that. That debut album should be what they call that thing. That thing used to do in a computer. Press it and delete, throw it in the trash can.
The whole album.
That's new. I'm being honest. I'm not sugarcoating anything. That debut album should go and find one place. She has done well in some features. I love her on Adenuga. I love her on what's it called? Some features. Then I don't know. These kids, please, that Kid Sweat, whatever record should not have ever happened. Whoever did that, whoever were in the room, they should flog them. All of them. 36 strokes of cane. All of them. They deserve it. Hands down. They should collect 36 strokes and light them down. Flog them with belts.
No,
I'm serious.
Agreed.
See, you don't understand. This girl is the rising team. They didn't do that with Rema. You know, it's like
they're doing her
break out young kid.
I hear it.
You're a young kid. You know, it's like, so we need you to be in a setting. What do you say? Plus, you be the young. To be honest, I think this is the youngest for a chick to have broken out in our industry. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been any young chick. Yeah, at that age, teenage girl, apart from maybe Benita at that time, and she was doing more of gospel. She wasn't doing mainstream music. I think it was Benita Okoji that was a kid that was making music.
Right.
And she wasn't even. I don't know if you know Benita Okoji.
Of course. Come on.
Yeah.
Benita.
So, yeah, it was Benita. I think that was the only person I can remember in that's even in that inclined in my memory as a female. So this, to me, I held that as our egg. This is our next female of young we want blowouts. We come from that age, that teenage sensation.
I mean, Ira came out 18, 19 as well, but
yeah. But you know where Ira's coming from. How will I put it? But I think she's much younger than Ira now. She was 16.
She broke out. Yeah, I think Ole was when she was like 16. I think, or she
16,
finished.
I think she was 16. Yeah,
she finished.
I think she was 16.
She's 19.
Right now she's 19. So C finished would have been 16.
Yeah, so she was like 16 because the time I heard that age, I was like, "Rah, this girl's small though." You get so. I just feel like, to be honest, a lot of things needs to change entirely. Our entire team should go. I think so.
I said she should change color.
I saw down.
I said she changed color from blue to maybe say purple or.
I just need her.
She just should be normal babe.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think I have a very different, strange take that's slightly opposite.
Yeah, let's hear it.
She's 19 years old,
and
because she's 19 years old, I think she has quite a lot of time to find herself.
Of course.
And I'm honestly still seeing this as somebody that is still finding herself, right? Figuring out what she likes, what she doesn't like. I think what is very interesting is we always talk about people growing up in the public eye, right?
Yeah.
And we forget that when we were teenagers too, and even when we were in our early 20s, we all had our own phases, right?
For sure.
So if this year her goal is to wear blue eye contacts, I will remind some of you that some of you were doing hazel eyes. Some of you, your eye was green. Quite frankly. So I think one thing that we can all agree on is that, like, it's a different conversation if we're coming here to say she's not a good artist, right? Yeah. That's a whole different conversation. But one thing we can all agree on here is that Qing Madi can sing, right?
Oh, yeah.
She's a 19-year-old girl that can sing. So, quite frankly, that part is there.
And right.
Now,
emphasis on the writing, too.
How she goes about it and any mistake that she makes right now, I can't lie to you. We can all accept her taking it on
so she be charging it to the age. I don't think I had any of this.
No.
Jeez.
To be clear, I'm not charging it to the age. I am charging it to the fact that she still has time to fix it. I do not support anything that is going on right now. So let us be clear. And I'm not, she can be 15 for all I care. There's not all the things that are happening right now should not be happening. If she let her be 24, let her be.
Yeah, I think that goes without saying for sure.
What is happening right now should not be happening.
Yeah.
What I am saying is that the benefit that she has is that she has time to fix it.
For sure.
That's what I'm coming from. It's not an excuse for her. It's just saying she has time. She mess up now.
Yeah.
The amount of time she has to fix it is more than the amount of time that somebody that mess up at 29 have to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, she has time, but I understand your point of she has time, right? She's young, and of course, I think that's important to notice. But then again, we know how
music is moving.
Yeah, music is very it's a different sport entirely. If this was football, I would definitely say yes, she has time, right? Like to develop and obviously get better as a full-blown player. But yeah, music is a different game where time is very much of the essence. But overall, I think the branding conversations, I think there's a plethora of artists we can have branding conversations about, or certain movements or certain moves or lack of moves rather, can change or dictate the trajectory. I think we've somewhat highlighted that, and I can agree with some of the points, or at least see why some of you are frustrated with the imagery so far that she has, and I think no one's ever even budged or even questioned the talent level, and I think that goes without saying. But yeah, man, it'd be interesting to see. I know Harvey has had his hand up patiently for a minute. What's up, Harvey, man?
My guy. I was just gonna chime in a little bit, and then after that, I'll also leave you guys with some new music.
Yes. Oh, yes. Goji dropped. But with BK.
That's correct.
That's mad, man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, you know what? I'm gonna lead with that. Gata 2 dropped.
Man.
You guys heard Gata 1, but BK decided to up on Gata 2.
Yeah, it's literally one of my favorite Nigerian outside, to be honest, outside Nigeria funk in recent times. This has been the other itch. This has been the other record scratching that itch well for me. And BK had he smoked it on that approach as well. So yeah, man, tap into Gata 2 by Goji. Okay, fire record.
Appreciate you, man. I really do appreciate you. I mean, seeing on that verse was tough, bro.
Bruh, BK went in.
The day I heard it, I was at the mall and I was like, no fucking way, man. No way.
BK special, bro.
Yeah. To touch up on this Qing Madi thing, I was talking to somebody recently and they spoke about, this might feel like a shot to Mavens and AF but I'm just seeing, this is reported speech. Essentially, what the person said is his frustration with Ira, I don't know how you guys pronounce it.
Ira, where have you been? Pivot.
Respect on that name.
Come on, man.
It's not hard.
Harvey, what's happening? From Pivot to Ira?
I'm seeking
or Pivot
these days. Yeah, I'm seeking guidance, man. As a humble,
Don't mind me, man. Don't mind me.
He said his frustration with Ira Star and Mavens is he feels like her peers in Thames and Tyler are being marketed as products from Nigeria. However, Ira is marketed as a Nigerian product.
Okay, expand.
And then the way he broke it down for me is, I mean, there's something about Mavens or Marvins, I don't even know, man. You know,
yo, there's no way there's Mavens or Marvins too.
What is this?
What is going on,
this
bro?
This nigga is trolling.
Yo, you're definitely trolling, bro.
I just want it to be known that you see that statement that person made to you is given when that babe said, "Don't love your job, job your love." Because what does that mean? That is
wait. Let's him expand. Let
me break down.
Let's him expand.
Expand. Elaborate.
Job your love, man.
Essentially, the way he put it was, there are products you see and you be like, yeah, I'm making this to feed the Nigerian markets. Like a lot of sachets, products, sachets, milk, sachets, this is made for the Nigerian market. You move to certain
economical,
yeah, you don't see sachets, whatever. So essentially, she's being cooked to serve the Nigerian population. That's how he phrased it. However, Thames and say Tyler are being made as products that are exported, and then when people see them, they ask, where is this from? So they are made from their country, not necessarily for their country.
Essentially, Ira targets Nigeria, the rest of the.
Sorry, I find
is that how they're saying it?
That's how they perceived it.
That sounds so wrong.
It's simplistic, but
I'm here to stand 10 toes in what I just said.
But
stand 10 toes in what I just said. Don't love your job.
Job your love.
What?
No, but I can see it from a conversation of appeal as opposed to target.
Yeah, I can hear that.
I can hear it from a conversation of appeal. Like who has more appeal to Nigerians? You can definitely say obviously. I knew, Tyler is let's take it to Thames, right? For instance.
Like I said, what is speech, right? And honestly, I fully hear, for example, Dante said simplistic. I fully hear that. But the thing about phrases is it's hard to like crumple everything that you mean into a phrase. So on the day, like when we had the conversation, I kind of understood something he was trying to say, in the sense that there's been this thing about Maven that I don't know if we've said here on the space, that they make music that mommy and daddy can dance to. And there's an exception with someone like Rema where he touches up on every point, both the local market, the export market, because partly, and I had this conversation with somebody, partly because they don't have a management control of Rema. That's a Jonesing World thing, I believe. So that allows Rema some more creative expressiveness or something. So essentially, these are all speculative, like yarns, essentially. So now take it back to Qing Madi, right?
Okay.
And how I want to relate that to Qing Madi. First of all, she's like, hearing everything I heard now, she's hella bold for some statements that you guys see she made at that age. Because I see this all the time, man. I'm grown now, and at a young age, I'm sorry, man, like, pardon my French, I was pussy. Like, I couldn't speak up for myself and say what I really wanted to do for myself in so many situations. I guess it was a learning curve to get to where I am now. If she's doing certain things, then that's hella bold. Now, trace it tied to the Ira situation, yeah? So,
go ahead.
Tied to the Ira situation, the way you guys are cringing at the branding of the girl, I hear it 100%. I fully hear it. And then, that's on one hand. And it's kind of like she's being branded like present-day Nollywood, where she could be more. And this is not to shit on Nollywood. Nollywood has had struggles as to how, like, to this point. Present-day Nollywood, it never impressed me for a long time. but I always understood why they were where they were and what stagnated the industry that could have grown faster than actually did. It feels like they got nicer cameras, but still not quite the Hollywood cameras, and they got some decent actors, but still not quite the Hollywood actors. Like, there's just something that's missing. They're not of Ghana's level on Kuma Wood, but they're still not.
God, this analogy,
There's still something about the Qing Madi branding that can be frustrating, and I hear it 100% from L. However, I fully hear Belema on she's young.
Yeah.
And if she is bold enough to do what she did this year, that you guys have stated on this space, then there's hope. Don't lose hope yet.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say.
It's like Nigeria qualifying for the finals, right? For World Cup, right?
Yeah, don't lose hope.
Don't lose hope.
Don't lose hope. Yeah, if the players decide to say that we're going to take all our European earnings and pay for everything and sponsor ourselves, then they'll go far. However, the problem comes with the fact that they could also decide not to do that, depend on NFF, and that's where problem will come. But all I'm trying to say is there's hope. She can take control of the situation. She has some time to grow, because if she's already as ballsy as she is right now, which, like I said, I wasn't like that age, then that's hope for me. I don't know about anybody.
All right, man. Appreciate it. I love the analogies, man. That's why I was trying to squeeze one in to line up with.
I'm so happy I was able to pass my analogy to one person.
Thanks. No, real fast. Before we move on from Homegirl from Qing Madi, I know Pepe wanted to say something about Qing Madi, and then L, and then TA. Everybody wants to say.
Yeah, TA is back, man. But we're here.
No, but Pepe, real fast.
To be honest, I don't know that there's anything I can particularly say that hasn't been said. I think I err on Belma's side of she has a bit of hope, and I agree that, you know, the thing about this Nigerian music industry, the life cycle is like 2-3 years max. If you manage to see 5, be thanking your God in heaven, because things move way too quick for what's it called. But I also think maybe for like when I think of artists like A Good Girl LA, right?
Yeah.
Who was able to take a bit of time away and
good
then, like,
reference.
That he did, right?
Yeah.
So I think maybe looking at like A Good Girl LA, and I'm sure again there are not many artists like this, but I think I want to err on the side of banking on King's talent, both writing and music wise, that she could be the kind of artist to quote unquote make a comeback. I don't want to use comeback.
Yeah.
If it seems like things are a bit shaky, and
like last, if things mess up, she will have time.
Yeah, like I just want to bank that her talent is able to push her back to something relatively close to what she had at Ole. And it's just, I don't want to call it unfortunate. Unfortunate is not the word, but it's just, I can't imagine what that's like to be like 16, 17, writing a song like Ole and having your entire EP pretty much like blow up as especially like when you know like her music is like Afrobeats leaning, but it's very like heavy R&B. It's like, you know, 16, 17 going through that, and now you gotta figure out what you want to do for the rest of your career. That has to be a mind fuck, I can't lie.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's where I am when it pertains to her. I definitely heard the Keith Sweat feature, and the thing is, like, I feel like this year for her has been a bit of a balancing act, if that makes sense. Like, you have moments where she has like a brilliant, you know, showing for I think it was a Valorant game. You know, the music for that, and I was like, yo, that's huge, like that's big. Then you also have moments like Keith Sweat, right? So it's like it feels like she's playing this, like, you know, there's this like seesaw that's going on where it's like, you know, she has a very, very high highs, like that situation, and then you have the Keith Sweats. Even like the album situation, like the album is actually not bad, but I guess for a debut album, maybe it's not what everybody expected. I don't know. So there's just a lot. I feel like she just keeps doing this like teeter-totter kind of, like she has a really, really good moment, and then she has some moments where it's like, oh, that's a bit shaky. I don't know how that's gonna pan out. But yeah, I just want to err on the side, like I want to believe that her talent is good enough to hold her through this what seems like a figuring out phase, I guess. The other thing I wanted to say is Afro Devil. I just want to know how Ira Star actually entered a conversation about King Madi because Nigerian products and products from Nigeria is really doing my head in.
we,
I'm gonna have you.
I might actually have to like listen.
No. We freshen it out. Like I think we got the gist.
Also, recently that I might be like on the spectrum. So
okay.
I'm crying.
Okay,
please.
relax, please.
So yeah,
like, I'm actually have to check it out at this point because I've been making analogies and I've been having these same problems over and over again where it's like only gets what you see. But anyways, that's fine.
Do you need to do like crowd test? We would be on this subject.
Belova, please.
but yeah, no. All in all,
Nigerians,
that's
I'm sorry.
my.
No,
I guess
I'm
those
sorry.
are my.
Absolutely
We've only
not.
talked about King, right?
Yeah,
We haven't
yeah.
talked
No.
about- yeah. So
Awesome.
Sorry,
that's
just
my overall thoughts on King.
gotcha.
Thank you, Pepper.
Thanks.
L and then T. L, what was the last thing you wanted to say?
Yeah, I think the last thing I wanted to say on King and maybe in general on like the singer-songwriter women in the space, I do feel like it's hard for them to navigate a little bit more than coming out as like a pop artist who's like a dancer, singer, and all encompassing. Like that's where you're playing. You're playing as a pop star versus a singer-songwriter, which I think King Madi's leaning towards, like the faves. They're not trying to be the person dancing across the room. They're not trying to jump on, the next best rap song or Mavo's remixes. They're trying to really like hone in as singer-songwriters. And I feel like our young-ish genre, industry, whatever you want to call it, isn't as forgiving and isn't even I don't know, I wouldn't say I hate the idea of us not being developed enough to understand that, but I do feel like there is that angle that we don't really talk about, like where is the room and what does growth look like for that kind of artist who is like what does she call herself, like a Billie Eilish or whatever. She's not.
She said they call her.
Sorry, they call her, and I think she rejected
They
it.
call her.
Yeah,
but do you get what I mean? Like there isn't, we don't talk about that. We always we like to throw people around, put her in the same class of Tyler and Ira when she's not even an artist like Tyler or Ira at all.
Yeah,
at all, because she's not. She's a singer-songwriter, and I think the more we get, I don't even understand. I still don't understand what he was saying about that. I don't get the Tyler and Ira.
Sorry, Elle, what do you mean singer-songwriter? Do you mean she doesn't dance?
like not a pop.
She's not trying to play as a pop. You know what a pop star is? Like they tour heavy on touring.
Yeah.
She's a singer-songwriter. That is where I would class. Do you get it? Like Look how is Odile a singer-songwriter? To me, he is. I'm not about to see Odile moonwalking across the stage at his show and doing legwork.
No, I think basically it's more R&B than pop.
Well, it's not even about R&B. It's about where they sit, because you can be an R&B.
You're right.
I was gonna
you're
say,
right. You're right.
R&B.
Yeah.
Thank you. And
exactly.
He's an R&B
for sure.
like someone that is across the stage singing and dancing. You don't have to. It's not really about the genre.
Yeah.
Is that though? Like she's singing and dancing on stage.
Who?
With King Madi.
No, she's not, and this is my problem.
I think we confuse what.
I don't think she's.
Yeah, you guys are confused,
like
and this is my problem with when we discuss artists.
Singer-songwriters, they also move on stage, but
there's a difference between. Yeah, they're not trying to do nothing too much. Yes.
I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah, so this is me trying to explain it to you guys, and I'm saying that when we have these conversations, we group these artists, and it's fine, like it's natural for that to happen. But I think if we take a step back and we understand at the core what each artist actually is giving and bringing to the table, we can appreciate them more. And I feel like the reason why we're not able to appreciate, I'm not saying we don't, but we're not able to appreciate properly, the journey that King Madi has to walk or go on, or a Fave, or all these other artists, is because we're comparing them to artists that aren't on the same journey at all. They're not even going in the same direction, right?
Yeah.
And I think that is also a big issue within the industry, because when I'm talking about Qing Madi and connecting, and I'm saying things like, oh, her this, her that, I'm not even talking about what you think I'm talking about. Ginger was kind of getting where I was coming from. Yes, there is the idea of her being young and all of that, but it's about truly connecting. And I get maybe that's a part of her personality that's just an ick to me, and that's fine. I can live with that. I'm talking about her contacts, but I just mean in general, there's something that it's not been. It's feeling manufactured and engineered rather than it feeling natural and coming from her. And that's where, the guidance maybe there's an over guiding there, where maybe she just needs to just maybe be a bit more herself. Because then I just feel like if she was a bit more herself, maybe we wouldn't have that Keith Sweat feature, but maybe would we? I don't know. It's like what you just said about that balance between, is it her? Is it like, it's just that pendulum. I think it was Pepper that just mentioned that.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Is it her balancing incorrectly or the team balancing incorrectly? Whatever is happening, she's having to figure that out while being a singer-songwriter in a country that doesn't even appreciate singer-songwriters. What we appreciate is guys doing legwork and touring. That is your measure of success. Not how well she's written, not how many, following she has, I don't know if I'm making sense. So that's kind of just something that I wanted to just throw out there before we moved on from the conversation.
Okay.
And the Ira Tyler thing, I reject it. I reject the idea that Ira is being pushed to, that's just some bullshit. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Real quick, just to pause on that. I know Dante, you want to respond, but I need to make room for TA real quick. TA, then Dante, you would.
I just want to say something. I'm not going to burden L to reply me on this. Sorry, TA. I'm not going to burden you for a reply, but it's also weird to me when people compare these people, but I still do not understand your explanation of singer-songwriter, pop act, even if they both dance and have dances, like all of those entertainment pieces. So it's cool, but I didn't get any of that. But every other thing,
message me privately, we can discuss.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not. I guess you can discuss, but I think, overall, I'm enjoying the conversation. I know TA wants to add to it. Oh, all of a sudden, okay, I see him. But TA, man, what's good? Been a minute.
Palm one, papi.
So that's how much of a minute, bro.
I was about to say
that's how much of a minute.
Wow, Palm one, papi, what a time.
What a time to be there.
What an era, man.
I knew that would trigger Bellama because she doesn't want to hear a guy call him papi.
Yeah, oh my god. Oh my god.
Actually, nobody here.
I don't die.
But that used to be your thing, man.
That used to be Bellama's thing.
Papi at the time, and they were just because he's
It wasn't just papi at any point. Okay, that's crazy.
No, there was a time when, okay,
was it just papi?
They removed the palm wine and they were just calling you papi. But
That was other people doing that. I know. Anyways,
I know it was him. I know.
See, man.
What happened? Like, what?
Anyway, TA is back. It's been a minute, bro. What's up, man?
It's been a minute. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I just wanted to trigger Bellama as well.
She was triggered.
I know it's been a while.
Yeah.
My enemies shall never succeed in Jesus' name. Amen.
Hello. It wasn't just Bellama that was triggered, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, but thanks for bringing me up, man.
Man.
Shout out to everyone on the space. And I mean, let me answer on behalf of L, right? And the last statements she made is like it's not like she took the words. She took those words out of my soul, basically, because this conversation just it's like triggers everywhere. If we have to have a conversation about, if you do not understand the difference between singer-songwriter and pop, this is not a conversation for you. You with all due respect, there is no way we can properly talk about Qing Madi in the context of Nigerian music industry and her future, her journey, her past, where she is now, mistakes, no mistakes. If that concept, you don't understand that concept, this conversation, you shouldn't be part of it, because so many things are gonna fly over your head and it
Sorry,
wouldn't
that
just make
that
sense.
sounds
Okay.
No, it's not like an insult. No,
No. I understand what you're saying.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the crux of who King Madi is, that at the core of her of who she is as an artist, is based on the people receiving that there is a difference between R&B songwriters, singer-songwriters, and pop acts. Like
Okay,
on the
so let
bare,
me help you.
yeah,
Let me help you.
maybe that.
Singer-songwriter is an artist who writes their own music, emphasizes focus on lyrical content, and often does personal, more intimate performance.
Okay,
style.
let's
Right
use
for others as well.
let's give examples. Let's give examples to expand it on.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me finish. While a pop star is a highly marketed, popular entertainer known for broad appeal and elaborate stage presence, though they may or may not write their own material. Now, the dilemma that we have here is that as Nigerian artists, a lot of people are veering for the popularity. So the things that they do for singer-songwriters or they do for pop artists is the same things they are trying to achieve for singer-songwriters, which is not meant to be the same way, right?
Exactly.
That is my point.
Yes. So we've had this conversation a million and one times, right? We've talked about the Johnny drill of it all and how you come into a space and you're not expected to become, like, obviously you will have hits here and there, but a lot of your money is being made of the writing you are doing, the licensing that's being done on your writing, and the intimate performances you're having. So this is not to say that a singer-songwriter does not talk or does not perform. It is that there's no emphasis on them being a popular artist, a pop star.
Thank you. And it's not a measure of their success.
And I think the reason why that does not work in the Nigerian context is that every artist in Nigeria, regardless of the kind of music they are doing, they all want to be popular. They all want to be pop stars, which is fair. Congrats to all involved, but it cannot work for everybody. So that is the issue, and that is where we are.
Okay.
Dr. Belema, thank you for properly taking it out, properly explaining that. So with that understanding, for me, after I heard See Finish and had goosebumps, my prediction has always been there would never be a day that I'm worried about her.
Right.
I heard that song and I knew that there was no way, no tsunami was gonna drown that. You don't buy. There's nothing you can. It's either you have that in you or you don't. That that record. They don't buy that record. You can't buy that from someone else. If you hear it and you wonder how you're able to put those words together with the pidgin and the English, and then it just sonically sounds like fine wine every single time you listen. I will never be worried about King Madi, right? I think she is 20 years too early for the Nigerian music industry, because for me, I'm thinking she should have a career like her, like the American artist, HER. That's she's just a Nigerian version of her. That is it.
Yeah.
She should, if this was 20 years in the future and we have grown better, the industry has sort of grown better, right? Do you know what will happen? There will be more pop stars today because someone like King Madi exists, because she'll basically be writing for everybody.
Right.
There will be more, if people like, she's like also the Julia Michaels of basically the Nigerian music industry. She will just write for every Ariana Grande that exists, every Justin Bieber, every Rihanna. Think of all your pop stars, every Sabrina Carpenter, every Tate McRae. In other industries that are more mature than ours, and I'm not saying this to slight us because we are growing, and I'm excited about where we are right now.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm just saying 20 years, all things being equal, and we're beginning to scrape that. Right, we will look back and say this started. The beginning of this was the discovery. Was the beginning of this was See Finish, and the discovery of Qing Madi. Because she would just write for every pop star and they could go ahead and sell the million arenas that she would most likely in her life never see. And that would be okay. There is nobody today that would talk about American R&B, right? And you talk about everybody. On the side portion, on the dessert, you have to talk about her and her impact and all of that. And those other songwriters, I'm sure you guys know a lot more of them than I do. There are so many of them.
Teiwa.
A perfect example would be, you mentioned Teiwa. Yes, there's that. But even on, you mentioned like many examples. And the names that I can think about very specifically, right, are Leon Thomas and Victor Monet. Right?
Monet.
These are very.
Neo would be in this category, if I'm not mistaken.
The reason why I mentioned those
Neo before he started to have his own career.
Neo.
And the reason why I'm mentioning Neo is a perfect example actually. And the reason why these three people matter is not saying that Qing Madi cannot wake up tomorrow and say, actually, I want to be a pop star. That's not impossible. And maybe she decides she wants to be a pop star. And maybe that's the direction she decides to go. There would be different efforts that would need to be taken for her to become one, right? And so, like, that is the kind of transition we are seeing, where Victoria Monet goes from writing for Ariana Grande to becoming her own artist now, with albums that people are going and selling out her tours. Where Leon Thomas goes from producing and writing for Ariana Grande to becoming a big deal artist. So these are the issues.
We've seen Young John do it where he was a producer for a long time and then, use your strongest muscle, get to where you need to get to. And then if you feel like you still want to do more, But I just feel like, that's my issue with Qing Madi. I feel like they're trying to push her to popularity. That's why you're ending up with a Keith Sweat thing that is just like, why?
So how...
Well, Qing Madi had a songwriting career before this. Are you guys aware?
Yes.
Okay,
career. How long?
Well, career, but I don't know if it's career, but it's still something that she does.
No. It's definitely still something that she does.
Yeah, but career, like continue, when then we can call it career.
Or I believe Iyanya, some other people. Before they finished, I've been seeing these ladies like TikTok, where she would have vlogs where she's going to different, like I think there was a POV or a 16-year-old songwriter or 14-year-old songwriter. I don't know. Back like TikTok, this was years back.
Back then.
In
Dante,
like back then, and you see her in like these different sessions and just writing. And we
Dante,
never.
I have a question for you.
Sorry, let Dante finish his thought real quick. Because I don't think he landed what he's trying to say. Sorry.
No, Velma, you can talk.
No, sorry. The reason why I'm trying to ask is that when you're saying, well, she had a songwriting career, I'm trying to understand what that disputes in the conversation.
You mean in the time?
Yeah, in the conversation,
what does that?
Yeah, that's what I was hoping you were going to land on.
She wrote songs for people and she got paid. That's my point.
Well, that's not my point.
Yeah, but that doesn't take it doesn't take away from the conversation, right?
That's very different from what Elle is talking about, though. She wrote for people. That's not the point that's being made. The point that's being made is that.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Elle is basically saying that there may be a rush, right? Isn't that what she's saying?
A rush towards.
A rush towards pushing her into being a pop act.
She doesn't. I'm saying she doesn't even need to push to be a pop act. She has all she needs right in front of her. But they're ignoring that to run to something because that's what we do in the Nigerian industry. I'm saying.
Do you know what I love about this? What I love about this is the fact that this angle is one I have never looked at the situation from, because I had never seen her as anything from the branding, from the videos to everything. I had never seen her done anything but an African female pop act. And what that is, when you come to Nigeria, is that you're going to have the lamba in your lyrics because you're trying to pander to Nigeria or whatever.
Yeah.
You're going to make R&B records because you have to be a singer, and most likely people would have issues with you miming because you're like a girl in Nigeria and you're miming your records on stage, whereas the niggas will like don't get flack for it.
I mean,
So
Banky
like
W
He's
has
not getting it.
Lamba.
I don't know if he's
Had
getting it.
Lamba. Yeah.
no every
No, I
Genie
think I
had
think I
Lamba.
think
Wait,
to
wait,
be
wait, wait.
honest,
Can we let him
Dante,
land at least? Can we let him
yeah,
land at least?
Dante, just finish what you're saying. Like, get to your
okay,
point
my
because.
point is every single thing that
Mm-hmm.
I had seen like the female pop arts do, I always saw her going that direction.
Mm,
Regardless of what the music sounded like. You get me? So when you guys now point out the fact that it's almost like you guys almost presenting her as like a niche kind of artist, and I'm not like, whoa, I have never looked at it from that lens before. And
But
it's not
that's the
like
problem. You're literally everything
no,
you're
I'm
saying
not
is the
saying
problem.
Let's
Why
say
does she have to be
I,
niche to be a singer
okay,
songwriter?
Can
I
I
don't
say
think she's
something,
sorry,
you guys
come
niche.
don't
again.
mind?
In the
I
context of
think
Nigeria, in the context of
Dante, to be
Nigeria, we
fair,
need to bring it
I
back
think I
though.
understand what I think Dante is talking from a
Yeah.
very Nigerian
Yeah.
artist
But
point
yes,
of view
but do you understand that is my
because
issue?
yeah, and I
Yo,
understand
can I
I
say
Okay.
understand where
something
Elle
real
is coming
quick,
from
man?
because Dante, I think what it is that the way we look at Nigerian artists and the way a lot of Nigerian artists also look at themselves. If you know blow, you know blow, right? And so everybody is working towards that quote unquote blow, right? And then you become this pop star and everything. The issue is that when you don't become a pop star, the Nigerian audience and Nigerian musicians tend to silo you into a niche, right? So if you were not a pop star, that means you are automatically a niche artist. The problem is that that is not how the real world works. That's how Nigerians have chosen to interpret the way music works, right? So they don't care if you're actually making money, they just care if you're popular. And that
Well,
is not the reality of being an artist. And I think
But
when you talk
you
about,
get it because I
yes,
agree with you.
yes, and so
And
when you
that
talk
was the
about
angle I
her
was coming
being
from.
like having a career writing for other people, and that now essentially she's trying to build into like her being a pop star, I'm like, that's fair, but she's essentially going about it kind of the wrong way, almost, right?
Okay, so let's
And so
expand
that's
on
the
that. Let's
and so
expand on
so
that part though. Let's
when you say
expand on that
somebody
part.
has a career writing for other people, the career does not stop because you wrote for people for 2 years. Like a songwriter is a consistent songwriter. Victoria Monet did not stop writing for other people just because she started releasing her own music, right? You are a consistent songwriter.
Neither did Nia.
You don't songwrite for 2 years and move on to your own thing. It does not mean you are niche. It just means that is what you're like. That is your literal
You
job.
got
You
more
don't stop.
infinity rings, that's all.
Yeah, yeah. And so Emmanuel mentioned like Mologo earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe Mologo is meant to be dropping an
This
album.
debut, yeah.
Yeah, but like my guy be writing for everybody. He be singing on other people's stuff. He wrote like what was that Tiwa album? Celia?
Celia,
He
yeah.
wrote like
A good
bunch of
chunk,
songs
yeah.
on there. Like it did not stop him from dropping his own projects. It did not stop him from being his own artist. It does not make you a niche. The issue is not everybody can be popular. We spend all this time talking about big 3, big 5, big 10. I beg, not everybody can be popular.
Okay.
Unless you kill somebody, their music does still
Okay,
live
I think we're
past
having a lot of conversations
Also, I
here.
have one more thing to just say on this. I think it's very hard for women. It's very hard for women in the industry to be... Wait, hold on, because we have Adekunle Gold, who's a very clear example of success, singer-songwriter in his own lane, not running around doing... he's doing his thing. He's all over he's actually sat in his niche as a singer-songwriter, and we've chopped him with clean mouth, and there's no issues there. But the minute it's a woman, it's like, oh, she needs to be a pop star. We need to see her dancing. We need to see her doing acrobatics. She needs to be shaking her ass for capitalism. I don't get it.
Okay. I think
I don't get it.
I think we're coming.
Guys, allow me land now. Make me say land.
Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
Sorry. TA, man. I know. I think TA explained. I mean, you did a good job, even with the little you said, like of explaining your points. I didn't feel like we needed to hear even more. But I think there's a good number of conversations that we're having right now. Earlier, I think what kicked off the conversation was how her branding or certain moves that she has been making isn't favoring like Qing Madi, the artist, right? I think we spoke on that front, and I think we all came to a concession. Like, yeah, I think this could be true, right?
Yeah, and I think L's
and then there's a second conversation. Yeah, and there was a second conversation that was being had about the dynamic or the split between singer-songwriter culture versus pop acts, and seeing where Qing Madi fit into that spectrum. Okay, so now I want to have us understand where are we saying we believe she fits into the singer-songwriter route as opposed to the pop artist, or she should be moving towards okay, let me rephrase that, because I just want to make sure where the intent is.
In a beautiful way. And sorry, T, I'm gonna be like 2 seconds for this.
Yeah.
The way I'm hearing this right now, I feel I'm getting educated right now. I feel like both UL, Shook, I don't know if it's Bellama, and Dante as well. Y'all doing the same thing. You're trying to tell her, you're trying to see what she should be.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to, yes. So,
hear that, right?
Yeah. So I'm like, are we saying she should be patterning her branding, her movement in a singer-songwriter route, which I have another conversation to be had
That's
about.
what she said she was, though.
Okay. All right, so you believe she's a singer-songwriter, but
that's what she's defining herself as. But then her branding is telling.
But her branding is doing the opposite.
It's copying what everyone else is doing.
Right. Okay.
Instead of I'm saying she should be true to herself.
Gotcha.
What she said she was, and follow that road. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I think that's exactly what I needed cleared for us to.
Yeah, but even that point, there's a context to it. There's a Nigerian.
I was about to add to that, but Tia, please go ahead.
Yes, there's a Nigerian and L. You know we're on the same frequency with her, right? And you took the words out of my mouth. My ending was going to be about how we treat Nigerian female artists, and I was going to. That was where I was going to blow up, right? Because you guys see that I was calm. That was where I was going to explode on how we treat female artists. Like this is 2025, right? But to that point, everybody has to. There's the Nigerian thing of you have to make money out of it. That's why I said she's 20 years early. I can see why the branding is sort of different, right? Because you want to brand her as the pop act because that's what catches everyone's attention, right? She had an incredible record with Chloe Bailey on that EP,
Vision,
which is insane that both of them actually vibe that well.
It was so hard.
It was so hard, but that didn't catch the attention of anybody that pays attention to right in Nigeria, and that's where I think they are having a problem, right? And it seems like they are missing the point.
Yes,
and I think we should give her grace, a little grace, right? L, please.
In the context of Nigeria,
a little grace there, because one, they are trying to sell her to that so that they can get attention and at least make some money or whatever. That when they are talking about Nigerian artists, the way they talk about Ira and the rest, they can also kind of talk about her, right, in that sense. So I can see why they're trying to do that. If they were in another market, Europe or anywhere, they don't have to worry about that. She just has to be calm and a thing. And another thing, she's obviously not herself. Whenever I hear her speak, I feel like she is trying to be like, even the sort of the back what's it called, the thing for the Valhalla, what's that move, the game,
the Valorant or Valorant,
yes, the back the videos we saw in the creation of that incredible record.
Scenes,
yes, even that, when I heard her speak in the midst of those people, I was like, this doesn't sound real. It doesn't sound.
She was British last week because she was on British radio.
Yes.
Last week, next week before she's American.
Guys,
which accent are you
exactly?
Guys,
yes. I think somebody.
No,
and
but,
I think.
Okay, let's contextualize. Let's contextualize code switching too.
Yes, but another thing is this. The thing is, I think we talked about her age earlier, and we said it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Emmanuel, it matters. If I tell you how many personalities I had before I was 20,
no, for sure,
you guys wouldn't even understand. And I was not even in the spotlight. It just took 2 or 3 girls to notice what I was doing, and then I changed it again. Like I had everything, like different kind of personality at every time before 20. So I'm not ashamed of it. Like we've done those things. Right. So, and then she's in the spotlight, right? I mean, there are different horror stories of girls not say girls, women, ladies her age who have gone into substance abuse because they're trying to be somebody because of the spotlight on them. So I think the best thing for her is somebody to sit her down and say, whatever it is you are, if you are British in your mind or American in your mind, whichever one, or Nigerian, whichever one you are, you have to pick one. You have to relax. You have to, it's okay. Right? If what will make you happy is you being a pop star, right? If that is the longing that will if that's the longing that will take away all that code switching, right? Then go ahead and be let's do that for you, right? Go ahead and be a pop star if you want to. But I think the biggest problem, I'm not worried about her career. She's going to be here longer than so many people that are here today, right? Because I think this industry is growing, and I don't know why she's not even writing for people like Ira, who definitely are struggling with, in that aspect, and other artists. Why she's not writing for them, and they're not inviting her to have credits on their albums. Like, there's no shame in that, right? Mm-hmm. Eventually, I think as this industry grows, she's going to be here for a long time. I'm not worried. Yeah. But let's be careful how we cage our female artists. They are the future. Let me tell you, the next 10 years, for you that you think the industry, all the people that are saying the industry is slow now, nothing, they move. Because it's major, you're not hearing from your male artists. Buckle up. The next 10 years, 2035, the face of this genre is going to be majority women. Some of them will not even come from Nigeria. I wonder what people are going to do at that point. Probably they're going to say someone took Afrobeats from them. Go and look at what is happening in East Africa with Azawi. Go and look at what is happening in Ghana. Back to back, two girls releasing incredible pop records with Amare and Gyaki. I mean, Tyler from South Africa is doing the Afrobeats thing as well. You put need to pay attention. These women are doing incredible work. And the more we start to get ready that this Afrobeats to the world thing, some of us has always thought that is Nigeria to the world. Afrobeats is bigger than it has ever been. Other African countries are beginning to get a hang of the genre. People in distant countries are also getting a hang of the genre. Afrobeats to the world is stronger than it has ever been. If our Nigerian artists are not the forefront of it, that is what Afrobeats to the world means. Yeah. And you guys need to prepare yourself for that. Thanks, Iman.
Thank you so much, Pierre. We appreciate it. We missed this, man.
Can I round up myself now?
Yes, man, Dante. Oh, sure. I didn't anticipate the Qing Madi conversation to expand this further, but yes. Real quick, we'll round up. Harvey will say something quickly, and then Dante will round up. Harvey.
Oh, my bad. I don't know how I interpreted that. T, a question. You said something about what they do to the female artists in the industry, about how they trick them to become pop stars. Trying to line something up here. Would you say something similar was done to someone like Tiwa Savage?
No, Tiwa Savage has battle scars, though.
Of course.
She fought that. She came in as sort of like an R&B act, but she eventually became a pop star. She has the battle scars to show you. If she starts talking about her career as well.
Sorry. So sorry. I just want to say Tiwa made it clear she wanted to be a pop star. She did. Yeah. She did say that, and that is what I want. And that is why I wanted us to be clear.
Right.
That this conversation.
She came in the game as a pop star.
She said,
all right, that's clear.
Because
that's
she has
clear
spoken about it a million times, about her history outside of Nigeria and why it was because of her wanting to be a pop star. That's why she
tried to do X Factor or something like that.
Why she moved
absolutely
to
clears
Nigeria.
out the question.
That is why I'm saying this Qing Madi conversation will keep going in circles, because the reality is we don't know what Qing Madi wants. So
apparently she's a singer-songwriter.
If Qing Madi wants to be a pop star, let them push her the pop star route. The difference is that, like Elle said, you cannot claim to be one thing but do another thing. So I think Qing Madi has all it takes, like Dante said, to be a pop star. The difference is that they are not pushing her and they are not labeling her as somebody that is that. But the actions they are using on her are contradicting themselves and showing up as if she's a pop star. And so it is giving out mixed messages. So Dante is seeing her as one thing. Elle is seeing her as another thing. Everybody is seeing her as what they want to. Some days she has blonde hair. Other days it's multicolor. Other days her eyes blue. Other days this. And that is just the aesthetics part. We've not gotten into the labeling part. And then we're talking about accent this, accent that. To be honest, she's still figuring out herself. And what I need to happen is that, okay, if we want her to be a pop star, then this is how we move like a pop star.
It sounds like we need to have Qing Madi on.
Yes.
To answer some of these questions.
I feel like
she still has a tomboy styling too.
We don't need to have her here. She's gonna make us more confused because she's gonna say everything Belema has said.
Yep, she is gonna be confusing.
She's gonna say everything, and I think that's the thing is that maybe she actually wants to be a popular musician, and maybe that's her end goal.
Who doesn't want to be popular?
No, but in some, you want to be successful, of course.
I don't.
You want to be successful in what you're doing. Like it's not
success ultimately. Success is more important than popularity to me. But what do I know? I am not Qing Madi. I fear that success also. The issue here is that popularity is also a path to success, and that is why a lot of people go the pop star route. Yes. A perfect example again, very American example, Rihanna. Rihanna is a pop star. But you know who was writing for Rihanna? Sia. And you know what Sia was? A singer-songwriter.
Exactly.
You know how many billions of dollars? That woman is bloody rich. And then one day she decided, you know what?
I'm going to come out.
Become a performing artist. She gave us Lady Gaga face, and then she covered her face and she was performing until she reached the point where she said, you know what, I'm also tired of this.
Back to songwriting.
I am going to take off the mask. I am going to open my face in public, and now everybody knows what I look like. But also, I'm tired of performing. I'm going to go back to be a singer-songwriter. Now she has a studio in her house where she writes theme song for people's YouTube video. You can do anything you want to do in this music thing. It's up to you. The question is, figure out which one you want to do and don't confuse everybody. That is all.
Okay, so it seems. All right, I think we can ground. Yeah, we can wrap it up, please, Dante.
Okay, so I like the fact that Belema pointed out the fact that we are looking at this situation from two different directions, and I think that's valid. Again, we're wrapping up. So I was initially going to ask, like, what were the pointers that reflect she would rather be a singer-songwriter? Then I would have said my own POV from what she might have said from interviews. But I think at the end of the day, there's no, like, oh, I want Qing Madi to be this. There's nothing like that. I just want to see what she becomes like. It's not, I can't put an artist and be like, oh, this is what you presented and it might be that. No, bro, like, if you want to make, if Wizkid comes today, I keep saying this, if Davido actually comes and she wants to make rock records, I'm there. So, like, there's nothing for me on some, oh, you need to be this. But if you are contextualizing it with Nigeria, but it is a global market, that's another angle some people might forget. I would like for people to elaborate, which they didn't, on what that would look like. Like, what would it look like if Qing Madi was a singer-songwriter? I know you're saying she's writing for people, but she's also an artist. But that's not nuanced enough for me. So maybe it doesn't have to be now. Maybe another time, or I'll just text Elle. What would that look like? Because there are.
Belema just explained what it would look like, but the problem is that I don't think you understand that is success. It's just as successful as.
Sorry, that is success. I was literally about to say there are singer-songwriters with massive records. Following you guys' explanation of what singer-songwriter is, there are singer-songwriters with like very successful, massive records, right? So and that's calm. I just want to see what that would look like in the Nigerian context because this lady has big records too.
What it will look like in the Nigerian context.
Because she already has, like,
we've said it a million times.
Simi, there's so many.
Mologo is a perfect example. Okay. Simi is the perfect example.
Okay.
Even more if we stop to think about it, there's so many more we can't mention them. There's so many that are doing really well.
With the definition you guys gave, there are so many people I can point to. But that's not my question, but I'll just chill for now.
Okay. I think this has been a fantastic conversation. And we will definitely come back to it at some point when we're having Qing Madi with her moments, right? But I think it's obviously been noteworthy to understand the disparity between singer-songwriters and pop stars. I really would have loved to push the conversation further to contextualize that in the Nigerian setting and seeing why artists are being pressured to be pop artists or to take a pop route.
Because Nigerians are greedy and want money and everybody wants to blow.
I think
because the concept of being a Nigerian artist is that you must blow.
It's the same.
It's
the same dynamic you see with hip hop or any other thing that isn't necessarily the quintessential Afrobeats.
Hip-hop.
Yeah, or anything hip hop, anything R&B, soul, like, or even on some other terms alternative, right? You're in the echo chamber that you kind of are determined, or at least you're seen as a product of a space. Like, you come to Nigeria, you only think Afrobeats, you only think Bedu, heavy banger, and that's the thing that you have to now essentially do because that's what this space is known for. It's the same pressure I'm sure many artists in Jamaica feel when everyone thinks it's only reggae or dancehall that they put up, right? Yeah, it's just the dynamics of music markets across the world, where this part of the world is just known for that thing, this part of the world is known for that thing, this part of the world is known for that thing, and at the end of the day, you are in the global markets, you're in a global age. In this digital age, you can cross borders as a lot faster than you could have at any point. So I feel like there is a world for singer-songwriters to exist from Nigeria. It's just that they don't necessarily have to cater to Nigeria. And you see artists like...
And this is why I said what Happy said at the beginning was not straight.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
He was right.
Yeah, but obviously the path of a Thames would be like another anomaly-esque moment where you see an artist that obviously by all terms and conditions wasn't going to really resonate with the Nigerian audience per her music, and she gravitated and built a fan base across the pond. So it's like, yeah,
Thames is a great example of someone that's managed to be a singer-songwriter, push their product as a singer-songwriter, then been able to gain global pop star success out of it without even needing to serve her local audience. As a pop star.
Yeah. And Emmanuel, let me also mention to you that the reason, because you mentioned the problem, right, where people think Nigeria is only known for one thing or Jamaica is only known for one thing. Yeah. But there's a common denominator in these two things. It is based on what America thinks
of, exactly, because that's the biggest market, because that's
so it is
because the question is who is going to make money.
Because that's where all the that's where the strongest consumer base is. The wealthy consumer base, and you want them taking in your music. Like you think the only thing in Korea is K-pop, right? Things like that. So and I think Nigeria, we're in a unique position to actually sort of change it because of how dominant we are, one, on social media, and it's a different time than when Jamaica was at the top of things. And it's also unfortunate that in the America, our voices are not piercing through enough to try and change that narrative, right? Because look at something like the Breakfast Club. It is highly disappointing that they've never thought about it, that they're having a Nigerian artist, and to have someone that actually knows something, even if it's a generic Nigerian, that they have so many of them on BET. Bring your generic Nigerian to ask Davido a question other than what of your daddy's a billionaire and how did you start? Things like it is so, and they wallow in that ignorance that they don't even bother to do anything different. Right, and I think that is the sort of the problem, or the thing that is standing sort of against us. Hopefully, as the years go by, we're able to pierce that through that strong echo chamber that exists is whatever they think about us. Like they were trying to give Tiwa Savage the queen of Afrobeat that she's had for the past 15 years. Like that is what I'm talking about. And hopefully our voice and platforms like this and your YouTube, your Patreon and all of that, and L and all of that eventually pierces through, that at least pushes them to ask better questions whenever they're talking about our music.
Gotcha.
Or call Belema to come and be the representative for breakfast.
Why not?
In the US, man.
Why exactly? Why not? Why not? There needs to be somebody that can stand in the gap and say her blackness should never be questioned anywhere under the sun. So you can question Tyler's blackness, but then you want to celebrate Tiwa. I cannot accept your credibility is already flawed in my view. The moment your media questions Tyler's blackness because you don't understand the complexities of what Africa is, right? Because they look at us as one giant, whatever, right? Yeah. You cannot question for the past 2-3 months, question Tyler's blackness, and then you want to celebrate Tiwa. You've lost credibility in front of me. Wherever she sits in any American media, they've lost the credibility because you cannot tell me you respect Black African artists and then you question their blackness. If that was a problem, it could have been something that came and went, right? But they made it a core.
It's a thing now.
They made it a core of who Tyler is. Come on. I mean,
I think that conversation, if we'll spend hours on hours on. No, I hear that conversation.
But you know what? I'm very sorry, Emmanuel, that we derailed your the space. But TA makes a really great point in terms of the barrier to entry into the American market, because you mentioned Thames being the anomaly, and there's a few other people who've been able to cross it, but these are the barriers, the small barriers that chip away and kind of eat into entering and being able to conquer and then it leading back home, and us having to have these conversations on nuance and on where certain artists sit in the whole. It's a lot.
All right, man. Appreciate the conversation on everything. I'm trying to get to at least maybe more new music or even touch on this Spotify thing if we have time, but it doesn't look like we have that much time.
Let's talk about the Spotify thing first.
Yeah, man. The Spotify thing I think was interesting, and shout out to Dante for even highlighting it as well. But yeah, man, Spotify has updated its new terms and conditions for artists. And a few artists even from Nigeria I didn't even know they spoke on it, but Alpha has highlighted it here in this tweet that I pinned up here. Essentially, all it feels like this new term, I know there's a plethora of things that people have or issues that people might have with the platform, especially with the low pay that they've been having, or their CEO donating to AI, drone fair, military drones as well, or just how the platform essentially doesn't feel like a fair playing field for discovery. But there is this new update that essentially, I don't know, I hope we'd have gotten a lawyer here to even expand on it further, but the words read to any lame person or any lame ear to really alarm or sing or ring the alarms of AI introduction here. It seems like they're trying to make artists kind of waive the rights that they have to be able to allow for their music to be adopted in AI generation tools and ecosystems there. So not to bore you with the whole read up of the entire terms and conditions, how do you guys feel about this news as fans, or what are your feelings about it?
I have feelings.
Okay. Yes.
Velma, do you want to go?
Velma, you can go.
No,
first.
Dante, go ahead.
So first of all, I don't know, it feels weird. When I read it, then I started watching more videos on it.
Yeah.
The words, first of all, like you said, kind of look scary. They basically say that they can claim, you're basically giving them a sub-license, which means even though you're the original creator, they have the right to license your music to I believe they are partners. They are indicating that they are not gonna allow your music to be fed like outside AI, but they can use it for their own AI and train their own AI from. They could use your image that you put on Spotify for artists to promote anything or Spotify, or your music to promote anything Spotify related without you being compensated. While some people might view that as free promo, they are basically saying just for using you can't, it's not an option of opting out. As long as you're using it and you're putting your music on Spotify, automatically you are on board, you agree, right? And just personal experience, I used to read terms and conditions in the past. It was just like a random habit. But I've never read a terms and condition in my life that I actually agree with everything.
Right.
Even when it was like in uni and then there was apps and you had to use it for like a course or something. I'm like, okay, I just read all this, but I need this to pass my course, so I have a choice. And that's like a side point. But then reading this, I'm just like, I've seen people take down, not even just talk about it, take down their whole catalog um from Spotify. And these are not like the biggest acts, but these are people with who make some form of income from Spotify because I guess they don't pay well. I've seen people go back to the conversations of why did we let, and these are like very American platforms. Why did we let streaming win? You know, why did we let streaming win? And then they sometimes blame hip hop, that hip hop was one that made streaming win. And then we go into topics of like the democratization of the industry, then the democratization of music makers, like all this AI whatnot. So now we sit in like this very weird position whereby there's this weird thing that happens whereby like 5 years later, Nigeria catches up into the problems of the global music um industry.
Yeah.
And that was why I was wondering what the Nigerians think of this because bro, I'm not going to where's a random place in Lagos, it's solo and a boy wants to drop a record and is not thinking of dropping it on Spotify. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to tell anyone.
I think right now Spotify might have more users than Apple Music. I'm not too sure because Apple Music is like mainly iPhones.
Yeah.
And I feel Spotify might have that. So like there are people who will ask you that like, oh like where's your like you have a song or something like ask an artist and you're like, yeah, like, oh is it on Spotify? And then they'll go to Spotify because now they did such a solid campaign. I have to give it to them that they were able to penetrate the Nigerian market.
Yeah.
So it's not like this weird place of you need this platform because so many people are on it. And unless I see, I don't know, the people can't talk about it, but I would wish for people who have very solid and like way solidified careers. Because I've also like seen lawyers break these terms and conditions down. I want those people to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I think it holds more weight that way. Because it's weird, bro. Like just somebody just saying, I think even if you post your video, because I think on Spotify you can post like the video to like the song, almost like a visualizer thing. They can take that.
They can use that too.
And use it. So as long as you put anything on that platform, you give them the right to use it, and they can say you are not the one that made it.
Yeah, exactly. It's the fact that they can waive the rights to identify it as the author. They can get without giving you credit.
Exactly.
Which is insane.
And they get paid, you don't get paid. Nothing nice happens from that, and it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, it sounds like
the fact that some people sat down and thought about this is actually very scary.
I think Spotify has always had an eerie like obsession with AI. As soon as AI started becoming a thing, it feels natural that they'll get to this point. But Belema, yes, what do you feel?
Sorry to everybody involved. Sorry, like real fast. Sorry, but I have to say this.
Yeah.
Because I will feel bad if I don't say this. And what did you people think was gonna happen when they used AI to give you people DJ work? They did tell you people it's been like over a year now where they started using AI to DJ for you.
No, this is from an artist POV though. This is not from users.
No, I'm saying a platform that is using AI to DJ.
No,
What do you think is going to happen
that
to? What do you
the
think is
AI
going to
will
happen to
continue
the
to evolve.
artists?
That's our point.
Yeah, yes. That's literally what I just said now, right?
All of these things were coming.
Yeah,
They use AI to DJ for you people, and you think this, and then they started using AI after they stole intern's project to do end of year recap for everybody. Then they now start using AI to make the end of it. Please, I don't know what else you want me to say. See, it's one of those things where it's a dilemma that people are living with, because it's the same thing with a platform like TikTok, for example, especially for the people that live in America, right? There was the whole time where they were talking about banning TikTok, and then they brought back TikTok. But then the new TikTok had new terms and conditions. And now Donald Trump is saying that they are buying TikTok. And it's going to have even newer terms and conditions for Americans. And TikTok is going to be American and blah, 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 blah. And I feel bad, but at the same time, it's like, that's how people are surviving. We found out clearly that there were people that were making all the money that they are surviving on off of TikTok. And so, what do you want them to do? So it's one of those things where you either pull a lagbaja or you keep quiet. Or you actually go and fight them. Because quite honestly, this is one of those things where it's like, sorry to you people.
People's hands are tied.
There's no solution.
The people's hands are tied.
Unless Alpha Genie is telling me that he's pulling all his music off Spotify, I don't know what you expect me to say.
It's unfortunate for artists to be caught in such crossroads, man. To just want to deliver the music, and of course the clear suggestion of or having direct to consumer platforms and means to sustain a career as an artist, but it's very difficult and it's not an easy thing.
There are AI companies that are each factor. There are AI companies that are actually thinking about compensating artists, because all this prompt stuff, if you put this person from the 70s, they are looking for ways whereby the original like reference for the AI can get compensation.
Okay.
But it's basically like, oh no.
Let's waive it.
Let's just go, like, they can't do it. That's exactly that. So it's like a moral and ethical situation.
Yeah.
And it's just because the conversation about AI is like a whole different thing to me, because it's like the whole AI is making music, that's different from this to me. And the one makes a story point about what do you think was going to happen in the evolution of
because it's
AI,
like, if you think about it, the reason why they want access to these things is so they can feed it to AI to make AI music.
To make music.
Like, while the conversation is not about AI music, the end result will be about that.
Yeah.
And I think like it is not fair to look at just the immediate effect. Like, oh my gosh, I'm giving up my rights. What are you giving up your rights for? Because sometimes it's okay to give up your rights if it's worth it.
Yeah.
If it's worth it.
The long run is, I'm not saying it could happen, because not this will happen. It could happen. They could take your name, image, create a new page, and make AI records instead of you. There are so many artists right now who post about they didn't release a project, right? And somebody created an AI project, put it out. Then their fans started DMing them like, yo, like, I like this your so album. And they're like, I didn't release that album. Then they go check their Spotify and see that there's an album with that name. Then they have to call Spotify customer service that, yo, like, what is going on with this? Because they took the person's voice, made records, made a project, and put it on their app. Like, it's actually crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. It's how we are. It's where we are.
If I can say something about that real quick.
Yes.
I think the moment apps generally were created, we already sold our rights, right? We already gave away our rights. The whole privacy thing, I think that was done a long time ago. They know a lot more about us than we actually do. There are times that speaking with a friend and we talk about a certain product, and I get home and I turn on my TV, and the commercial is on my TV on several stations. Like, I don't know whether you guys have had that happen to you before. There are times we've talked about an event, and with people, we talk about a certain event, right? And I go on my YouTube, like I open YouTube, maybe I get home, or a few days later, I'm just on YouTube, and they suggest a video on YouTube about the history of that event. Yeah. Like, I've had that happen to me several times now. Sure. That I think I'm at that point where I'm like, damn, we're already in it. But the to the music part, I think where they put the hokey doke on us is they sold us that as a music platform. Yeah. But they were all AI.
Yeah, like an artist first platform.
Yeah, they sold us that they got us there. It was marketing. You see your Uber Eats, your DoorDash, your delivery, every delivery app that you have is an AI. They're all AI companies. None of them are delivery companies. If you have any app right now today, they've seen that, they've kind of figured that that's probably where the future is. So they're all AI. Spotify is a tech company. It's not a music company. Ooh, they've never. We are just knowing now that was their goal in 2008 or whatever it is they came in. That they were always a tech platform. They were always an AI platform, and we just thought, oh, fine. And unfortunately, for those who want to pull off their stuff from Spotify, unfortunately, any other platform you go to, in the next 5 years, when they see that these people are making tons of money, they have to adjust. At the end of the day, they are there to make profit. Another thing is, Belema touched on it briefly about the political part or aspect of it. All these companies have their base in California somewhere, in America somewhere, right? When this guy came in, he signed a bill about AI something, meaning that they're going to save a lot of money and the government is going to be involved. That's why they're quickly changing their tune. And right now, nobody who's going to hold them accountable to any of all these things. Nobody is, because they literally control the people who make the policies on this thing, at least for the next 4 years. So they're moving without any form of restraints.
Pushback, yeah.
Yes, they're moving because they know that they have the policy on their side, right? From all of them. Just think of all your biggest apps in the world. Right now is the AI thing. All of them that they're sort of thinking about. So
yeah, in 2014, it was very much the Internet of Things, right? So you went online, and all you saw was the Internet of Things. Oh my gosh, Alexa, oh my gosh, this, oh my gosh, that. And that is literally all you were seeing, right? Was the Internet of Things. And everybody started making products to fit that. Now we're in the age of AI, and everybody's switching their products to fit that. And it's so funny because it's like you can work anywhere. It's like there's a company that I'm familiar with that is technically what you and I will look like as a bank, right? But when you go in there and if you work there, they tell you it's actually a tech company. It's not a bank. It's a tech company first. And so I think that's something that people need to understand. Also, to what you were saying earlier, I finally found out the name of this the other day, but it's called the Beta Meinhof phenomenon. And basically, yes, our phones are listening to us. That's been proven, right? Apps on our phones were at some point listening to us. But if you're somebody that you have turned off everything and you're still paranoid that they're listening to you, they might be. I don't know. But it's called the Beta Meinhof phenomenon, right? Where once you learn of a new word or a fact, or you just talked about something, or you are simply just telling your friend about a specific item, right? What happens is that every time after that conversation is had, or after you've just learned about something new, you start seeing it everywhere. You start thinking about one car, talking about one car. Next thing you know, you're seeing that car everywhere. It's like a frequency illusion. So that there's a mind game to all of these things as well, where it's like you literally just talk about something and all of a sudden it's everywhere. It's like it's following you. It's like, how do they know what I was talking about? Like, yes, your phone is listening to you, but also frequency illusion. That's all.
Wait, how do you turn off that thing? I don't know any settings like that on my phone.
There is
It's
some
part of why-
settings, yeah.
There are some settings. It's part of why Facebook was sued, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Facebook came out and said yes, they were listening to conversations that people were having and feeding people information based on the conversations they were having.
Yeah. Anyway,
Sorry, can I say something?
yeah, sure.
But before Avi goes, I think I already said it was scary, but I think what's more scary is them using the word irrevocable, which means once you've given them rights, you can't take it back. So it's for life.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how you argue that in court if you ever want to sue them, but it's basically saying, yeah, once you've done it, there's nothing like, oh, now I'm off the app. If they've taken it, they've already taken it.
Yeah. But anyway,
So even when you take your song off,
they already have it.
oh, so you can, so you, so they've
like-
copied and pasted. Basically, they've copied and pasted everybody's music
it's
right
about
now.
the timeline conversation of when you put it up and all of that. I'm just thinking if you were to present it in front of a court, but they use the word irrevocable. So which means if they've taken it, you can't take it back. That's what I'm getting right now.
Yeah, it means the moment they put out these terms and conditions, they've actually copied and pasted everybody's music onto a different platform already. That is already done. To your point,
Yeah.
There is no taking anybody to court because the deed is already done.
Yeah.
Basically.
I just posted a video of a music attorney essentially explain or expand on the terms and conditions, but obviously it sounds very, very slanted. And do as much research as you can on it. I think it's something our artists and artist teams definitely need to be considering looking at, and how they need to move or having to find other mediums and plans around streaming.
Is Nigeria.
Yeah.
Like that's the edit. Like Afrobeats is my
it's like how can you compete? Like you're taking yourself out of the conversation, right?
I'm listening to like the work podcast, like random podcasts that I listen to that has like actual like American music execs talk about like I guess forward thinking problems. And sometimes when you mention some things, I'm like, bro, we are like 10 years behind all these things.
Yeah.
Like they are talking about Shopify and straight to fan and middle class artists and I'm like, bro, we are not having those conversations.
What would direct to consumer look like in a Nigerian context? Like
okay, I see a way it could actually happen. Because I'm putting it together and basically just ask. I think about the streetwear culture in Nigeria.
Yes.
Like brands like the local and like the like. I think about the fact that like the youngins do put money into things that they are a fan of. So if you found a way, because there's actually a guy, there's an artist, I just remember this. He put his project in like a ATM type device that's connected to a chip. And the chip functions as a flash drive.
Yes. This guy did it recently.
Because I'm not saying we should go back to CD days.
Yes, I know. This rapper did it recently. Chance the rapper. He did it with his recent album.
Chance did it.
Yes. Where it's like a key holder type size of a chip, where you can scan it and basically you have direct you have direct access to the music itself. You can save it as an MP3, like essentially, and have it downloaded directly. And that's the thing. I think
once you plug it just pops up.
Yeah.
You have it for life.
Yeah.
But then I don't want to be the devil's advocate in that context because what your question was
what like how practical would that look like for a Nigerian artist or artist?
Somebody would just have to try at the end of the day because the music consumption is weirdly passive.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing.
Personal bias.
Yes.
It's very passive.
Music
it's easy to access.
Bro, it's too easy. It's too easy to access. It almost makes music like it almost devalues the process or even
for people that bought CDs. Taking money to school to like go to secondary school. You know, you have to save for like 3 days to buy a CD.
Yeah, like trying to chase
connection.
Or trying to trace somebody down in traffic to a particular city. Or
exactly. So now we've reached a place of like
convenience.
Which is cool. it's technology, like it's cool, but at the same time, like it's going in such a way that I'm like, okay, this is fun. Then bro, there's so many like artists that are on my radar that I'm just like, but these niggas are not Nigerians.
Yeah.
And these Nigerians are not having these conversations. But then we are going to face this problem whether we like it or not at some point.
Yeah. I mean, we even know we know Manuel's, right? Manuel's had
I do.
Entire system.
He had a backlash for that.
Yes, it did.
Nigerian execs like being like, why would you?
Yes, people thought it was crazy for doing it. I think he's still doing it, and he kind of has
I think he's still doing.
He has a balanced structure with it where he's still uploading things into Spotify, and still putting music out there and streaming and having conversations.
I think MI also did this. Though.
I mean,
MI used Even is a platform that you can do direct to fan.
Emmanuel, you're the perfect example of this.
Yes, exactly. I use it on. I do it on Patreon too. Yeah. No, it's definitely. But in an artist conversation and how people consume music, it's definitely a slightly different conversation. I think it goes back to how people consume music, and we're trained now to be very passive music listeners, and it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad, man. But I don't know, man. It's just food for thought, basically, I guess, at the end of the day. But yeah, man, Harvey, what are you saying before we round up and call it a night? Harvey? Okay. All right, man. This has been good. I know we didn't get to touch on too much new music, but just to throw and shout out some new songs and new things that dropped during the week or the past week.
We didn't drop anything that touched our hearts now.
Wait, what was
there was a record I saw. There was a Wade mix on Emma Nigga.
Emma Nigga. Oh, I haven't tapped into that. Wade mix on Emma Nigga.
No. Me, I was saying that nobody dropped anything that really touched our hearts.
Okay. There was this Ribena and Joeboy record, Adoni. I enjoyed that too. Nasty C dropped a full album as well, free. And
he also announced an African tour.
Oh yes, let's talk about that quickly. Who else? Somebody else announced. Ashake has a tour.
Ashake announced 3 dates. You will stop calling something stop.
Okay, it's 3 dates. It's not. But date.
He said more dates coming.
Yeah, they said more dates coming. But somebody else teased something. Was it Davido? Or am I bugging? I'm thinking somebody else.
Is it Olamide?
Yeah, Olamide, yes. Olamide was already... Yeah, Olamide announced something more North America facing. And I think London he has coming up. But I thought there was somebody else that was doing Africa as well. That was doing some African dates across the... I can't remember who it was. But anyway, people are going out on the road towards December, from the looks of things. But yeah, man, and we're still looking forward to some albums as well. We're looking forward to Sarz. Sarz is on his rollout of all these skits. How are you guys finding the skits so far, man, for Sarz?
If you like, you should not drop. You should really video Vixen.
Sarz has announced Lagos and London. So.
Oh, Sarz announced dates for Lagos and London?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think first for first of October for Lagos, and I think second or third week for London.
Mad. But yeah, the album's coming this week. It looks like Sarz album. Adekunle Gold is in October. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Adekunle Gold, who happened to be at the Ballon d'Or.
It's in October.
Who happened to be at the Ballon d'Or tonight as well. He's definitely been moving mad, which I'd love to see. And Fuji is the album. We've heard a few records, of course, so we're looking forward to I think Mavo is on the record. I think he put out a track list, right? Or is it Apple?
Yeah, he's on the record with Pharrell Williams, which is crazy.
Pharrell.
I don't know when they will stop doing that thing. He did it to that last album.
With the last album with Pharrell.
African.
No, sorry. Correct me. Did you say Adekunle Gold, Pharrell,
and Mavo on the song?
On the same song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who told Pharrell that he can. I don't know.
They have a lot of music together. It looks like so.
The problem in this situation is that the problem here is not Pharrell. The problem is that the Mavo enters this conversation.
Mavo is the hottest.
I didn't say
one of the hottest in
this is
the.
what I don't like. I didn't say Mavo is not hot. I didn't say Mavo is not good. I said how did Mavo enter inside song
With Pharrell.
really good and Pharrell.
See, that's
what
Mavo was with him, like they had invited him to like some Adekunle good thing. That of them had stood on like a random piece that was like on Twitter. So when I saw the track list, I was not too surprised. I was just happy for the guy. But I get what you're saying.
Is the track list on Apple? I'm trying to see where I can find it. Shoot, okay. Omo. Sounds like. Does anyone have any graphic of it to share in the post or something? But yeah, it would be interesting to see what they could come out.
I'm pretty sure there's a tweet about it, but I'm looking at it right now. Though.
I like Marvel. My own question was, how did he end up in the song?
I think that would be an interesting question too.
I'm so curious what that song sounds like.
Okay, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it now.
Which song? Because I can't see.
I just added it
they
to the
said
jumbo
that
song.
there's a song with Adekunle Gold, Mavo, and Pharrell.
It's not showing in the Apple right now, from what I look at in the Apple. But
it's showing on my own side. So.
What song? What song is it?
Here. Hold on. Okay, the feature. Yeah, the feature is not showing.
So it's not an Adekunle Gold song? Or...
It is. Hold on. Let me show you this.
Because...
I mean, what song is it? Because I can't see any...
Yeah, because I don't see other credits.
So I'm going to post this on the Jumbotron. This is what I said. Okay, I'm not seeing it on Apple Music right now. Only the track list. All the features are no longer there, but I'm going to post
it. I think that's what it is. I think they pulled back the features on the Apple Music just to like not spoil it.
Release on the record too.
Okay, see, this is what I saw before, but I don't. Let me see, Mavo.
I'm sorry, Mavo, Pharrell, Swae, Adekunle Gold. This combination. Why Swae there?
I'm excited for the Santino and Molly track.
We've not heard it, so we'll look forward to it. Molly and Santi is crazy. Makes sense. TMXO on that record. No, they're gonna cook on that. That sounds fun.
Yep.
That sounds fun. He has the 79 Elements, his live band from early on in his career, so that makes sense. Pharrell, Mavo, and Swae sounds very, very interesting. K1 The Ultimate already sounds fun.
There's something going on here. The track list here is kind of...
Yeah, he took it out.
From the one on Apple Music.
Yeah. The one live on Apple Music right now.
Like the Mavo track is number 9 from the one I'm seeing here. Okay, there are 2 Mavo tracks.
They are? Number 14 and...
I'm going to post another one.
No.
Like
it's number 14. It's a track called I'm Not Done.
It matches with what's on Apple Music.
Yeah.
Just without the features.
It's just without the features, exactly, yeah. Yeah,
Can you guys
Belema.
hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out why Swae is on this song.
Yeah, we don't know the answers now, Belema, until we hear it. So we'll see if it's going to be noteworthy.
The TMXO song is going to be my favorite. I already know that one.
Yeah. I think I'm excited about that lineup of features. I think that already sounds like an edgy, fun side of Adekunle Gold. But the idea that the album is titled Fuji, and I know he has been going off on this theme of naming albums after genres, because he did it kind of like with Afropop Volume 1. I guess that was a statement in terms of his pivot into a different side of the music landscape. I think this Fuji title, I would want to hear the premise more and essentially understand how this might connect, because we already know some songs that are going to be on this album: Coco Money, there might be some Fuji elements, but I guess the album might just be an adaptation or readaptation of Fuji in a more contemporary context. So we might, looking forward to hearing it regardless, so all those questions can be answered. And I can't doubt Adekunle to give us good album, of course. So looking forward to it. Anyway, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, what else am I leaving out before we call it a night? Are there any other things I'm missing? Dante, Belema? Let me see. Other than the new music that we didn't cover. I think that's about it. Right?
That's about it. You guys can still hear me, right? I don't know if you can hear me or not. Elon does not like me. Anyway, the point of today's space.
A moral lesson.
Yeah, the point of today's space has been very interesting. And so, the moral lesson we are taking away today. I think we have like maybe 2 in fact, but I'm trying to think which one is the best one. Anyway, the moral lesson of today's space is if you want to be a singer-songwriter, be that. If you want to be a pop star, be that. Don't confuse everybody. That's the moral lesson.
All right, man. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Belema. Amazing co-host today. And everyone that was able to help add to the conversation about Qing Madi and where she's at. Appreciate you guys. To our guest as well that was here earlier, Skales, got to hear from him, which was fun. So, yeah, man, appreciate everyone for tuning in. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week.